Donovan, what has disappointed you most about the NBA season so far?
Well, obviously the New York Knicks are not undefeated, so that has been the most disappointing thing.
That was your expectation?
Yeah. I didn't think we would lose a game until the All-Star break.
And this is your average New York fan. Y'all think y'all can have it all.
Oh, your average New Yorker in general. As you guys see by the title today, we are going to discuss the most disappointing players in the NBA. And we're not just going to give you our picks. We are going to react to your picks for the most disappointing players. I made a YouTube community post asking you guys to let us know which players haven't played up to the standards you set for them before the year. You guys let us know all of your picks. There was a lot of them, a lot of hating, a lot of cope from fans who see terrible players on their team, who they expected a lot from, whose team paid them a lot of money. We're going to dive into all that today. It should be a fun one.
Man. Life.
He's sighing because he has a few on his team that we'll discuss today.
And maybe one that's not on his team.
Anymore?
Please play the intro.
Yep. Cue the intro music. We'll talk about some news stories after that, get into everything that happened over the weekend. Check out House Call. Check out Friday's episode in which we gave every single NBA team one trade they should make at the deadline. Now cue the intro music. We're throwing it back.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He was bragging.
The cranium is crazy. Oh my God. Crown eaters rejoice.
We're going to jump straight into your picks for the most disappointing players in the NBA this season. Obviously, some of the heavy hitters that we all know, we've talked about all year as being disappointing, are going to be on here. Tried to pick a few others that maybe we haven't given enough conversation to about why they've been so goddamn ass this year. So we'll see everybody's picks. We'll talk about if we agree, why it's happening. And at the end, maybe we'll give some picks on our end for who we think has been disappointing.
All right,
let's do it.
First off, Mo is going to say Jalen Johnson if he doesn't average 50 after that Trae Young trade.
That's hilarious, and I understand what he means. No, as of late, of course, Jalen Johnson has been embarrassing. We've made like incredible shift in our team. Yo, CJ McCollum, I have some words for him that I cannot say on camera, bro. But he is like everything that you feel about Bradley Bozeman over there on the Chargers, exact same way. And if you watch House Call, that's why you should watch House Call. If you know, you know. He is terrible. He has since he's came onto our team, he's been making no shots and he's been pounding the air out of the ball. And he's been like the most obscene black hole I've seen in my fucking life, bro.
Don't give him Bradley Bozeman allegations. No. Give him Quentin Johnson allegations, if anything.
No, hell no. He doesn't do a damn thing right on the court.
I've seen so many Hawks fans talk about CJ McCollum, and it's like, oh my goodness. He's in danger.
Okay, well, he can be Mekhi Becton. You call him Bradley Bozeman, that means you want him dead.
No. Give Mekhi some respect. He has like at least it's something he can hang his hat on. CJ McCollum is coming from the Wizards.
Mekhi Becton doesn't have a damn thing to hold his hat on this year. Hell no.
Not this year, but previously.
He didn't have jack shit he can hold his head on.
Bring him.
And they gave him money, brought him in to be some answer. No, he's Mekhi Becton.
No, man.
Nevertheless, Jalen Johnson has not been averaging 50 in these last few games since trading Trae Young. Dude. How are you feeling right now about seeing Jalen Johnson have his worst few games of the year as a scorer, at least, directly after the expectations shift because they trade Trae Young, finally go all in on him. Obviously, this lends to the natural reaction. Shit changes when you get first option coverages. Maybe he's not such a bright star after all.
I think anyone who thought that he was a number one first option off the rip, you were just like simply misguided when it comes to your judgment of Jalen Johnson, his development. We all knew he was really good, but I don't know if you're saying like, hey, he's going to be a top 10 player in the NBA. I said that before. I said that when we made our top 5 players in like the next 10 or top 10 players in the next 5 years. But right now, it's not 5 years from now. That's all I'm saying.
This guy's the GOAT, man. He's the best. Because you're like, bro, nobody was saying that, but I did say that.
I did not say that. You have no proof of me saying
come out of my mouth. Also, average 50 is crazy. He hasn't scored 50 points in the last 3 games combined.
It's been that bad. Honestly, I think
13, 12, and 12.
CJ and also Quinn Snyder, you do not belong in the city of Atlanta anymore. We need to like leave these guys in McDonough or something like that. Put these guys in like, I don't know, some random Savannah, Georgia. They don't belong in Atlanta at all.
Okay. So I'll throw that on there real quick to see your reaction. But obviously, let's get into the real disappointing players picks.
Can you guess what CJ McCollum's usage rate is since he joined the Hawks?
47.
It's not that much. I think it's like 33. It's still ridiculous. The highest on the team.
Too goddamn high.
It's ridiculous.
Next pick. Ooh. He says, Luka, honestly, even though he's probably my favorite player, he has been really inefficient. And I thought the more fit Luka would give at least an effort on the defensive end of the ball. I don't think he was at his prime for good, but there have been better versions of him, such as 2023, 2024, which I'm hoping he gets back to. Wanted to lead with this because this has been a big talking point online. I feel like Luka has seen a tremendous PR shift for the worse. I think there's probably more people right now that think Anthony Edwards is better than him than there is people that think he's the best player in the world. Like, he firmly has lost his place in the best in world conversations for this season, whether right or wrong. Whether right or wrong, this has not been his best year. In fact, it's been one of his worst years in terms of his flaws coming to light and people kind of starting to reckon with the reality of his downside of his style of play. Where do y'all stand on this?
Man, it's so interesting because at the start of the year, we had a whole like conversation about Luka and how his play style has changed, and he's not necessarily the best version of himself. I'm not going to go as far as to say that his chain has been absolutely snatched, but I will say, like, that lock that secures your chain is definitely loose for Luka specifically.
The clasp is a little dangly.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, at this point in time, it has like a lot to do with him and how he needs to probably in the offseason or whatever is recalibrate his game. But more so, like, the guys behind him right now probably aren't even behind him anymore. Ant, Wemby, and whoever else you want to potentially throw in that conversation. But it's mainly them.
It's really Ant. Like, Ant's been so insane that like, I don't know if I'm willing to go there and say Ant has passed him up as the clear fourth best player in the world behind the 3 MVPs. But it's not crazy. Like, I fully have to respect that opinion. If you do think today, as currently constructed, you would rather have Anthony Edwards and Luka Doncic for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, it's interesting too because I do think that with the, like, he has multiple things going for him and then multiple things not going for him. Like, the PR coming into the season was very much, we're going to big up Luka. We've seen the work that you've done in the offseason. We think that this is going to be the thing that, like, takes your game to the next level. We are rooting for you. That MVP is on the way. And then you get to actually playing games, and it's like, okay, well, nobody on this team can play defense. And we're not expecting you to be the best defender, but, like, we were also kind of planning on some people trying to, you know, like, help you out just like a little bit. So then it's like, so that you can actually go ahead and, like, get your game off. Now that none of that is happening, we're just in this weird bubble of Luka just going out playing Luka basketball, and it's not leading to wins like that. Probably was never going to lead to wins if you can't guard anybody this way. So it's like he's getting a little bit of both sides where it's not his fault, but also he's not helping the problem.
I think two things are true. He's not having his best year, and it's giving a window, an opening to allow you to kind of view those downsides more than the upsides, or at least come to more of a reality than you were before, in which the big moments, the playoff rising, kind of masked over some of the weaknesses that might have happened in the regular season. He has never had dominant teams in the regular season, at least in the Dallas Mavericks. The one year he had his second half of the season after the trade deadline would have been so crazy was the year he was in MVP conversations. The reason he doesn't have an MVP is because he's never had a 1 seed. He's never been one of the best teams, right? And that's mostly given credit to the fact that his Dallas Mavericks rosters were subpar. We know the story. He got too good too fast. They never built a good young core around him. They were always trying to build a contender on the fly, which is hard to do, especially when you make a miss like the Kristaps Porzingis move, letting Jalen Brunson walk. It was a tough time, right? I think those excuses, which aren't invalid, kind of mask some of the weaknesses of his game that probably also contributed to it and probably contributed to why it's so hard to build a roster around a player that's limited some ways, particularly in some ways, despite his strengths. And now that this team, the Lakers, do not have anywhere close to the ideal roster to mask those weaknesses. So they're coming out to shine even more. That's allowing people to kind of get their licks in while it's really, really not ideal for him playstyle-wise. But end of the day, he's kind of just not making threes. That's kind of the real story here, I think. While all those criticisms may be valid, he may be a little overrated or whatever. I think the idea of him being washed at 26, that part is overblown. He is not that dissimilar to what he was in 2024 when he had his crazy magical season. The difference is that year, he had one of the greatest three-point shooting seasons of all time when it comes to shot difficulty. We were up here talking about that during that year. He shot 39% from three, having essentially the same three-point shot diet he has now. Ridiculous step back off the dribble threes that were going in like crazy. Now he's shooting 33%. A lot is made of his lack of rim pressure this year, which is true. Only 15% of his shots come at the rim this season. It was only 19 in 2024. He's been a low rim pressure player for a long time that's really supplemented by crazy shot making. And this year he's having his best mid-range scoring season of the year. So I do think even though the rim volume isn't quite what it once was, and if for most players I criticize that, Luka's an exception because he has outlandish mid-range scoring like gravity, and his playmaking from the short mid-range area is next level. So I do think the lack of rim pressure isn't this like obvious catch-all thing that makes his offense less valuable as it would be for other players. So I don't think he's washed. I think if he was making threes, we wouldn't be having this conversation. He'd be unguardable, one of the best players in the world still. But at some point, he needs to make some goddamn threes.
Do you think that him not making threes is just something that it's just gonna be a part of like this season? We're gonna get to the offseason and then next year it's like back, or is this like, because you can look at it like that and say, it's Luka, he'll get back, or you could look at it and say, this is the first time where we've seen year after year, like he's never been this like crazy athletic guy, but like we've seen the rim pressure drop, we're seeing these 3-point numbers drop. I'm not worried, but I'm noticing.
Like, no, you can definitely notice.
You can look at it out on both sides. And so I think, like, depending on really just how you feel about Luka, if you like him, if you don't, like, you'll either notice or you're not notice.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where we're at. I do think also for the
real quick before we move on. I think a point to that what you just said with the question you opened up about, is that noticing or is it giving him bail? I think that's important to say because we're not talking about someone who's been god awful. And if he made threes, he'd be good. We're talking about someone that's still been a great scorer, still been averaging 30, still been incredible. But it's a difference between having one of the best offensive seasons of all time 2 years ago and a good all-star season that is still all-NBA, but not quite best player in the world level. That's where I'm saying that's just 3-point difference to me, mostly. If he was playing worse than this, then I would say we need to put some credence to the fact that, you're just 3-point reliance. But he has been so goddamn efficient from the mid-range, has been so goddamn efficient from the rim that I'm willing to say that a lot of it does boil down to the 3-point shot.
Gotcha. And they are, like, especially with Luka, and obviously it's to a different level because he's at the top of the league. But when you also have this narrative around you that you're this like all-time playoff riser, we also just have to wait until the playoffs get here to get the full value of what Luka brings. And they're the 6th seed right now, game out of the 4 seed. They can have a home playoff series and go through that, and we can have a game 3 where Luka's taking a step back 3 for the win, and now all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, like Luka just had 30, 10, and 10, and he's bouncing this guy out in the first round. Like he's back. It's January right now. Like we have to wait 3 months to really get a full idea of whether or not like we think Luka is actually like falling off, or if it's just, I'm coasting through the season. The team's kind of weird, but when it matters, I'm here.
Yeah. And you know what's going to be so gruesome about these next 3 months? We're going to have to like sit down through this Luka discourse, and instead of watching guys like PJ Washington, Derek Lively, and whoever, all his other like wing defenders that he had back there to back him up and help not big up his game, but hide blemishes, we have to watch Jake LaRavia, Rui Hachimura, whatever Marcus Smart can give you, which is good stuff these days. Vando, all these guys who just don't necessarily aren't equipped to like help big up his game. And until like once May and all that hits, I refuse to look at Luka and take his crown away from him when it comes to being the 3rd or 4th best player in the world for me. So
I think I'm willing to say that he's definitely 4th. That I'm willing to say he definitely does not deserve to be in the conversation with Giannis or Shea right now.
Yeah.
Until he starts playing better, just because that bar is so high that I think like it's not really saying I'm out on Luka to say that those guys are just simply earning a little bit more respect at this moment. I do still think Luka can get back into those conversations quite easily if certain things flip, like the team construction to your point, or his 3-point shot going in, which 3-point variance is such a hard thing. Man, you shoot the shots. Like at some point, it does fall back on you with this volume, right? You maybe stop shooting so many. Like notice your slump and adjust. Like I don't know. So I'm gonna hold him back a little bit in terms of that convo, but I'm not necessarily gonna like put him behind Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama, etc. for what you just said. I do think though, I don't buy the fact that he's physically taking a step back and is a worse player now or whatever. I do think there's some criticism to be had about the mental side of his game this year. I don't know if maybe it's because I'm just watching him more closely as a Lakers fan now, watching every single game opposed to a lot of games like when he was a Mav.
You finna say he's a gunner?
Wow. Kind of. No, I always knew he was like a high volume shooter, obviously. Yeah. I think this year he's done a poor job of balancing the playmaking to scoring load. And I think it might be because the supporting cast is so lackluster. He's looking at these guys you mentioned like Jake LaRavia, Jared Vanderbilt sharing the goddamn court with him. He hates DeAndre Ayton because he doesn't set hard screens. He fucking despises him. Ayton and Reeves have an amazing chemistry. Yeah. Ayton and Luka, not so much. I think he yeah, right. Like I obviously can't blame him. I think he like subconsciously feels lack of trust around the guys around him, which is obviously understandable given the fucking terrible talent. That he seems more score first than he has been in past years. When he was younger, he was the best passer in the league. I feel confident in that. Like I was saying that for years, and I know I wasn't saying that for no reason. It doesn't look that way today. He's still obviously a good passer. If you just watched him this year, you would not think this is one of the greatest passers of all time.
Yeah, I agree. But that more so, in my opinion, has to do with all the talent around him because he has that mindset where I have to get this shit out of the mud myself. I'm not dropping 40, we losing. And that's not necessarily been the case 100% of the time, but it's fucking felt like it in this point in time. And when it's so hilarious looking at the supporting cast. All these guys around him, outside of obviously like LeBron and Reeves, these guys on other like legit contending teams that are not talent deficient, like the Detroit Pistons, excluding them. You look at the Denver Nuggets, you look at OKC, you look at, I don't know, the Houston Rockets, or even the Minnesota Timberwolves. They wouldn't even be like the 8th man off of the bench. They'd probably be pushing like 9th man.
Yeah, the roster is quite horrible. The depth is terrible. Now, Austin Reeves is out, and I think that's been probably under talked about because they still have 2 superstars, but like they're missing a top 20 player in the world this year. Most teams that lose a top 20 player look a lot worse offensively, and I think him being there covered up a lot of the holes roster-wise early in the season. When Reeves is there especially, Luka doesn't need to be so score first. You know, like he still is Luka, so he's going to be the high volume lead scorer. I do think there's some part of him that should, even with the roster being bad, lean into the playmaking a little bit more, which is easier said than done from not being with the team for all the reasons we talked about, of like the confidence he probably doesn't feel in these guys. Maybe that is just like the reality, right? Maybe he just can't trust these guys. The roster is trash, but I would like to see a better balance there, especially when LeBron and Reeves are there.
Maybe, but I think if we are ascribing this to Luka and just being like, hey man, like you are like kind of wilding with the shot selection, I will choose to be on his side just because one of all the things that you said about the talent around him, and then also that like you're gonna have to win these games 125, 130, right to 125, right? You're going to have to outscore people, and so if the option is I'm going to take this shot, or I'm going to let you take this shot, and we have to get to 120 points. Go ahead, just stand over there. I'll handle it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'll do it.
Yeah. End of the day, if he had better screen setters, if he had better, more reliable shooters, everything would flow more positively, and like it would be a chain reaction where the playmaking looks better, where that opens up scoring opportunities, etc. So it's not his fault. I think most of this is overblown a little bit, but I think in general, recognizing the patterns in his game and coming at least to have more awareness of the downsides is probably good. Because I think for some years he was kind of treated as a little too flawless, maybe. Like we didn't do enough. Like
most definitely.
If we were having a top 4 convo, we would talk a lot about Giannis's weaknesses. We would talk about the lack of 3-point shot before this year, the need for spacing. I think he's kind of dispelling a little bit. Luka's downsides outside of like a general catch-all, not good at defense, probably weren't discussed enough. So now we're going a little too far, and it'll probably bounce back when they finally have the team give us success. But overall, it's probably good for conversation, I think, to have a more honest conversation about him.
This is going to be the 4th time in 5 years that, because right now he's on pace to do it. So 4th time in 5 years that Luka leads the league in field goal attempts. And the only break that we had was last year when he only played 50 games instead of 65.
Yeah.
So every year, this is going to be the Luka model. He is going to take mad shots. He is going to lead the team and lead the league in field goal attempts.
Yeah.
I think, and that's why I do think if the team was better, you probably would feel a little bit more of his playmaking.
And you know what that does? It probably just goes to show you the razor thin margins of a play style like this. Like, you really do need an ideal circumstance around him more than, say, Curry, because the offense isn't so dependent on his, and maybe Curry's a bad example, but whatever the example is, because the offense isn't so dependent on them with the ball in their hands every single play, he really does need to have those screen setters. He really does need to have those roll men, really does need to have those shooters, because if the ball is not in his hands, then you're not doing much else.
You know what I miss the most when it comes to watching Luka, and what was like one of the more fun parts of his passing game specifically, whenever he would just dime the ball behind his head and just whip it without having no vision of like no vision of the actual player, it's himself. And that just doesn't exist anymore because
Jared Vanderbilt's behind him.
The circumstance, exactly.
Yeah. So overall, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll get back to being an MVP caliber player. We'll get back to being in contention for championships. We'll probably win one of the Lakers because history says that type of stuff happens to them. Overall, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Next player. Who we got up next? We have, skipped one. Alex says, Rob Dillingham, you traded a future first to move up and take him just for him to fall out of the rotation 2 years later.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got your chain stats by Bones Highland.
Damn.
This it sucks. And trust me, like, this sucks for the Wolves too. It was like, if we could have signed Bones Highland 2 years ago, we would have been fine. Like if we didn't have to trade a pick and go out and feel like we had to reach to go get Rob, we would have been in a much, much better position right now and even down the road. I think it always just sucks whenever you have a team that has a clear flaw and they are aggressive to go and fix that flaw. And at the time, you're like, you know what? I don't know if this is going to work out, but salute to you and your front office for at least trying. Because some teams have flaws for years that they never tried to address. And the Wolves tried to do it and it just didn't work. And they went with the safest route that they could do, which is we need a guard. We're going to go to the guard factory itself at Kentucky and we're going to pick a Kentucky guard. It hasn't worked out.
It's just incredible bad luck, man. And I kept on saying, I've said this before, but this move will like literally cost them at least 2 years of Anthony Edwards' prime, bare minimum.
Unfortunate. It's also unfortunate because the reasons for his struggles are like not reasons you can see developing into not being an issue. He's not going to grow.
Yeah.
His shoulders won't get wider.
It's so funny. It's like a year after he was drafted, the NBA just officially quickly moved off of his archetype.
Facts. They got in on the sinking ship.
Yeah.
Tough. Next up. My sweet, glorious king, Sir Benedict Mathurin. As a child, I heard tales of his valor. He, however, has never failed to disappoint. Breakout year? Nope. Back to the G League for you, bud. Also, Mo looks so cute today.
How you feel about that?
I mean, this is my own comment. What do you mean?
Before we started recording, Donovan said Mo's easy to draw.
That I said out of the three of us, he is the easiest to draw.
Mo, you didn't have a response in that moment. How do you feel about that now, having it being brought back up on camera 20 minutes later?
So what about my face? Let's like actually dive into it. What about my face makes y'all assume I'm easiest to draw? Least amount of facial hair. I could see that.
Okay, I'm probably the hardest to draw because I have glasses and I have non-flat hair. So I'm disqualified. Between you and Donovan, what makes you easier to draw that isn't racist?
Your features are slightly more 2D, where mine are 3D.
2D?
Your features allow you to be drawn in 2D, whereas I feel like mine is slightly more.
I
3D.
require 3 dimensions, whereas you're a stick figure.
I don't know. I mean, is that good or bad?
It's neither. It's simply a thing.
I could see that, and I can try to like have an argument against that, but I really can't. I think I agree with that for sure.
You agree you're 2D?
2D's fair to say. 2D. I'm like really looking at you and me right now, and I'm like, yeah, I'd rather draw myself. Face is a little wider. Yours is like narrow, and for me personally, I don't know about y'all, but drawing and coloring in between lines was beating my ass when I was younger, man.
That's a you problem. I can stay in between the lines.
Nevertheless, Benedict Mathurin. Yeah, I think.
You know what? Everybody in the state of Indiana, y'all all suck today. Like this whole season is just lost. And I do think for him, it is kind of like, damn, we don't have Tyrese here. We don't have Miles Turner. We are not so bound to the style of play that made us go. And you were this off-speed pitch that.
Are you wearing a quarter zip?
I am.
Just noticed.
He was not listening to a damn thing.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like my words are very valuable.
We do not give a damn about the Pacers this year.
I feel like I was saying very valuable words. Like, what do you got on right now? I've actually won this many times.
Here on the show?
Yes.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I feel like he's lying.
I promise I'm not.
But you are right. What you're saying.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just go. We'll get about the Pacers.
I cannot put into words how much rage is instilled into my heart watching the clunkiest duo of all time in Paolo and Franz. It has to be the most on-court dysfunctional star duo of all time.
Relax. Dysfunctional all star duo of all time.
All time is a lot, but in modern NBA history, amongst like franchise players trying to build around, I see what he's getting at. Obviously, all time is dramatic, but can you remember a fit between two stars as clunky as this that are so talented and like two players that have everything in their capacity to be top 25 players in the world, being such unnatural fits for each other after so many years together?
I can't remember. I remember, and maybe I'm not remembering it clearly.
Yeah.
I remember the Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid not being like
Sure.
as much synergy as we expected it to be
Mhm.
in terms of like a big and a center.
That's up there.
That's kind of like in my mind, that's kind of like the poster boy of like, hey, like talent can get you to a certain place, even if it's not like 100%.
I think it's a good comparison though to talk about this duo. That like that fit didn't make sense at all. Really. Having Joel Embiid play with a point guard who is essentially a power forward that can dribble with no spacing. And like it's that clearly is a non-starter, but it works because Joel Embiid could shoot, he could space the floor a little bit, could do some pick and pop stuff and kind of sacrifice some opportune paint touches to enable Ben Simmons. And he just simply was so talented as an MVP level player.
And also Ben Simmons was an elite cutter back then too. So like if he didn't have the ball in his hands, like he would find his way to be useful in other ways.
Yeah, they did some knucker spot stuff with him. He could screen and bench units. Like there's a lot of things he could do to make up for it. And Joel Embiid was so goddamn good that the talent barrier,
Exactly.
they shattered through it.
Yeah.
Neither one of these guys are that goddamn good.
Mhm.
Neither one of those guys can space the floor as much as Joel Embiid could. Neither one of those guys are as good of a defender as Joel Embiid is, and damn sure is as good of a defender as Ben Simmons was. There's a lot of things that they just aren't quite good enough to overcome this, it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Or at least they haven't been thus far. I'm not saying I'm fully out or anything like that they have to blow it up necessarily.
Yeah.
But thus far, it feels like everything he's saying is right.
Two things has to happen. Either like similar to the Boston Celtics situation between Tatum and Jaylen Brown like years ago. One of these guys had to develop into a fucking, I don't know, top 7 player in the fucking league. I don't know if either of these guys can do this at this moment. Or really what I want to aim towards is Coach Mosley has to be fired. He has to be gone. He is not a good offensive coach at all. And the fact that one of the, like the simplest metrics that I see that's so annoying is seeing how Desmond Bane is, and he's been slumping as a late or whatever, but his 3-point attempts this year has like gone down rather than being up in a team that's in more need of something like that.
Yeah.
How are you not maximizing or utilizing him at all? That just goes to show that this entire tenure of Paolo and Franz and them like trying to gain some synergy together just hasn't been conducive at all.
Yeah, definitely that. They definitely use Desmond Bane as more of like a 3-level slasher and playmaker, which I also don't hate. You know, we were saying like it would be nice if they had a point guard next to them so they didn't have all the ball handling duties as 2-point forwards. So I kind of like that part. But yeah, it can't be used to sacrifice the 3-point volume. Like that's obviously what they need the most from Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
So that's not ideal. And I agree, Jamal Mosley is not the guy.
Yeah.
But also like, let's say there was a guy in there who's really, really fucking smart and is the best in the league at utilizing offensive talent and can like do whatever the best case scenario is for a coach to make up for the lack of skill combinations that make sense. Let's say they had, instead of a very, very average coach, the best possible. What does that even look like? We asked Paulo to be more of a scorer. I mean, more of a screener. He doesn't want to do that. He's not good at that. Like,
I mean, maybe, but that is a coaching thing. Like you have somebody who's not good at that. Figure out a way to make them to make that weakness either not show up or make them better. Like help them get better at that certain thing,
Yeah.
and like try at least try it. And for us, like you're asking, what does that look like? I don't know. I'm not getting paid $5 million to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's Jamal Mosley's job,
Sure.
and that's what everybody else like. That is what the money's for, to figure it out. And so I don't know if like what the offense is going to look like when they eventually figure it out. But we're getting into a space where next year Franz is going to make $40 million. Paolo is going to make $40 million. Desmond Bane is going to make $40 million. Jalen Suggs is going to make 32.
Mm-hmm.
That is 100. That's over like $150 million.
That's too much money for too many like unproven players. Like shout out to Desmond Bane, of course. He's been proven. He's like, you know, his role in the league, and he's damn near like maximized his potential, what it looks like to be the best version of himself. That's yet to be said for someone like Paolo for sure. And we of course want to see someone like Franz like reach another level. Jalen Suggs. Like he's developed perfectly fine as a player himself. And then we've been witnessing the ascension of someone like Anthony Black too. All great news, but for these two to have that level of commitment, just entirely too much.
yeah, I think both are true. Jamal Mosley needs to be better.
Yeah.
He's dealt quite a tough hand. That
Yeah.
end of the day, if neither one of them are going to be extravagant 3-point shooters, neither one of them are going to be extravagant off-ball players who complement the other one, have the ball in their hands. It's just kind of tough.
Yeah.
Evan Mobley doesn't crash the boards because he's behind the arc now and isn't an offensive weapon with his confidence. Tough.
Okay.
Not much to say here. We've talked about Evan Mobley to death. I understand why you're disappointed.
Yeah. The Evan Mobley whole conversation now it kind of makes me. It's like my brain has there's two sides of my brain. I'm kind of scared to move off of someone like Jared Allen, but then also I'm like I just would rather just put all the pressure on Evan Mobley and just see what this experiment looks like.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought now. One, they're already benching Jared Allen a lot in these games, and it feels like the relationship's running its course in some ways. That we thought Evan Mobley was a good enough player to like rise to a top 10 level or whatever the peak apex Evan Mobley looked like to you, despite the fit concerns of the big next to him. And when I say fit concerns, it's just like playing next to another non-spacer. Evan Mobley made himself a spacer. We thought maybe he could just continue to do that. Maybe he can't. Maybe he just needs some ideal offensive pairing next to him. He needs more space to operate as a slasher and doesn't need to be the guy that's on the perimeter spacing the floor for somebody else. And maybe that means moving off of Evan Mobley.
Yeah, and you can do that. Moving off of Jared Allen has been something that's been talked about for the last maybe 2 years for sure. Like certain conversations. Yeah. Go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, it's just do it. Just do it. Also, this team is broken. Darius Garland's hurt again. Like it's
tough.
It's nothing is gonna happen with this.
Yeah.
A lot of young Wizards players like AJ Johnson and Bilal Coulibaly are doing nothing.
You remember was it last year when Wizards fans and Hornets fans had a whole argument between whose young core is better? Yeah, they're tremendously down right now. Tremendously down. I don't know actually.
Sarr and Keyshawn George done just enough that it's not tremendous.
Yeah.
But man, they better draft somebody great in this draft. They better get their version of LaMelo or the version of Con, I should say.
Yeah,
that's the key point, especially in that conversation, because that argument was happening pre-draft, and it was happening before Con got there. Yeah. Now that Con is there, because I was Wizards FC, but now that Con is there, I'm switched. You have to.
How will you respond, Wizards FC? Who will you draft in the top 5 of this year's class?
You have to go get somebody.
But yeah, to his point. The Bilal Coulibaly stock I had 2 years ago when I was beginning of last year, I think I was high on him, but then he came out poor and I was like, come on, man, let's get going.
Yeah.
Shit is liquidated.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, I sold it all. I sold for pennies on the dollar. I got out while I could. Man, he sucks. He sucks.
It's not good.
Very clear language as somebody who had very high beliefs in his frame, his defensive wiring, his finishing ability, hoping the jump shot would develop over time.
The jump shot, man.
He shoots like you. It's rough. It's tough. It's not great. It's not
That's
a good
so bad.
sight.
I took that as an insult, man.
Yeah, you should.
It's a good shooter right there.
Yeah. Bilal. The skills didn't develop at all. The high efficiency we had a couple years ago have proven to be small sample size, have proven to be a product of the role he was in. As more touches have gone to him on ball, he has not gotten better at it. I'm just out.
It's entirely. So damning. When it comes to AJ Johnson, who cares? He was just a throw-in in that trade, and he
had a moment though.
He had a moment for sure.
Like 5 games,
but nobody really looked at him as a budding star, someone who can who would make the Milwaukee Bucks sick as hell that they got off of him so early. He's just a very inconsequential person, But in terms of Bilal Coulibaly, we gave up Denny. We wanted you to be what Denny is right now, something of that nature.
I thought you were Mikal Bridges one day. The 3-point shot came around.
Come on,
you are not
man.
Tough.
Come on, man.
Ooh, Ethan Jack says Peyton Pritchard. More opportunity did not equal a boom, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes this happens.
I see Celtics fans debate who's better, him or Simons. Who should they keep long term?
It's tough.
Assuming you can only have one small-ish, non-defensive slanted guard in your rotation next year. I've seen debate online.
Come on, man. Keep the fan favorite around.
Yeah, give me Peyton Pritchard. He knows this. It's been around for a minute. 6-man. Did he win 6-man of the year last year? 2 years ago?
I can't remember. Did he win last year?
No, because Malik Beasley got it.
He ended up winning it? I can't remember who won.
I thought Beasley got it.
Interesting.
I can't remember. That was a convo. Who won? Why can't I remember the award last year?
It's the most irrelevant award. That's why we can't remember.
Yeah, we also.
No,
Peyton
won.
Yeah, I thought he won.
That's like this.
Now I will say, Peyton Pritchard. What did you what do you expect out of him? I didn't expect any type of he's gonna be a 25%.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it all year.
So I never believed in that. I think you.
Well,
did.
we did it half joking.
Yeah,
you definitely said it too. But we did it half joking where we were like, buckets need to be had.
Yeah,
we were like, Jaylen Brown's gonna average 30. Peyton's gonna be the next whoever averaged 25. It was half in jest just to talk about the fact that they were so downtrodden talent-wise that someone had to step up.
You know what? I remember. I think we were talking about who's going to be the next Jalen Brunson or whatever.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, maybe Nemhard. And then
maybe Pritchard. So we weren't it wasn't a legit prediction, but we were talking about it in jest because it was funny. But also there was some seriousness to it that he was the type of guy that for years you said he could handle more workload. And yeah, that's how it goes, right? Somebody has to step up and take those touches. It proved to be Jaylen Brown who can step up and handle more of a workload. I don't know if it's necessarily a criticism of Peyton Pritchard. It's just kind of how it worked out.
Yeah, I think the fact that Peyton Pritchard got to be the sixth man of the year, that's the accomplishment. And that's probably the ceiling. And the fact that like Tatum is not here, obviously everybody moves up. But if you are starting your core and you're like, yeah, Peyton Pritchard's gonna do this as a legitimate championship core, that's probably not what you want.
I was very much looking forward to seeing Christian Brown play this season after he was in most improved player talks last year. But even as a big fan of his, it's hard to justify how bad he's been offensively, even before the injury. Yeah, this one's tough. This one is very tough, given the fact that the 3-point shot fell off a goddamn cliff. I'm sure he's still a great transition scorer. I'm sure the slashing and everything's still there. Can still dunk on your face any given moment with this nasty he slashes with. If he can't shoot threes, all that becomes far less palatable. And that's why he had such an amazing rise last year, because the 3-point shot became respectable. That's kind of what you need for all these guys that the Denver Nuggets specialize in drafting in. All these athletes who have terrible shots and hope to develop. This year is Peyton Watson. Last year was Christian Brown. Aaron Gordon's 3-point shot developed over time. Like, that's kind of their MO, is fix these broken shooters. Going back to being a broken shooter makes it real tough, especially when they trade for Cam Johnson. Have to figure out, ideally, you want to keep both those guys long term. But now Peyton Watson's rising. It's like, damn, do we got to drop one of these guys off to keep Peyton Watson because he's too good now? He's the best of these three? All of a sudden, Brown looks like the most disposable one. When you talking right now, make sure you say Brown and not Braun.
Braun. Extensions. Now, I've personally been burned by a contract extension myself, but seeing that happen in this fashion, just completely fall off the whim, 3-point shot don't look remotely as close to what it was last year and even the year before that damn near. Sad stuff to see, especially considering the ascension of everyone else.
It is very similar to Dyson Daniels, isn't it?
I think Dyson is worse. I don't know, actually. Dyson's still useful in a few ways, but man.
Cashing in on one good 3-point shooting year, getting paid.
I hope we talk about Dyson later. I hope.
Yeah,
I pray to
we'll
God
see.
we do.
Jared McCain, after an impressive rookie season, getting sent to the G League in his sophomore year was the least of my expectations. Me too. It's tough. It's real tough. We talked about it at length. Part of it is just he got squeezed out of rotation a little bit when they brought in VJ Edgecombe.
What is wrong with you?
Donovan pulled up his skim shoot.
No, I didn't. I just typed his name into Google and that's what came up.
Yeah, it's mostly just like the roster kind of went past him. He doesn't really have the spot he once did. Having roster squeeze plus an unfortunate injury to your wrist as a shooter, just a perfect storm of terrible circumstances.
This is easily one of the worst. I always believe, like, when it comes to a young player situation and all that, when it comes to a young player and how they find their way in the league, their early circumstances are like what defines the rest of their NBA career. And this is like the absolute worst case scenario. You got someone got drafted, not into your necessary position, but they drafted another guard. You faced an injury, like a kind of serious injury too, that set you off track. And then on top of that too, like your archetype in the league is kind of viewed as less valuable as well.
I'm not going to sell my stock though. I remember last year he was incredible. We were talking about him as one of the more high floor shooters, clearly good players for a long time. I'm not going to allow myself to forget about that yet. This season is a mulligan. I'm just going to ride it all out no matter what happens. I hope he gets traded. I hope he gets a different opportunity with another team that has more minutes for him.
Yeah.
But I'm not selling my stock.
I agree.
J-Dub. The Thunder got so much worse after he came back. Another one. These goddamn wrist injuries, man.
And now it's not even the wrist. The
hamstring.
Yeah, which we'll get into after this segment.
So it's like, I mean, the wrist injury I will give him grace for that. Because the same way that we're talking about Jared McCain, obviously, like, J-Dub isn't a shooter in that sense of, like, his game is predicated on that. But for any NBA player, and especially one that is one of, like, the second offensive option and, like, the second offensive creator on your team, it's very important. And so I do think that we had to give him a little bit of grace there. But it does knock everything down where you're coming off of this year. You start the year 24-1, and then J-Dub comes back. It's like, man, we're going to get so much better. No, we're not.
Yeah. You know what's unfortunate? Last year, the Thunder, after adding Hartenstein, adding Caruso, were so clearly the best team in the league to me by a wide margin that, like, assuming things went to plan, I was like, it's so obvious they should win the title. And this year, it's so obvious why, if they fail, this is why they won't. Like, it's so abundantly clear if it goes poorly and they don't go back to back, why? Like, it's been in front of us the whole time. The J-Dub injury. He sacrificed this year to win last year. His wrist got so fucked because he played through it for the entire playoff run. He hurt his wrist the week the season ended, played 4 playoff series on a broken wrist, won a championship on a broken wrist, scored 40 in the finals on a broken wrist, every single time pounding the ball, dribbling, shooting, putting more and more damage to that ligament. If it's going to be a year-long recovery because of that, sacrifice his body for a ring is what it is. It's hard to go back to back when you do something like that. Tough.
Chet, start averaging 28, my brother.
And we need AJ Mitchell, y'all. I pray you can step into these shoes and be the second creator. I pray they go out and get someone at the deadline and make up for it. Lou Dort, ship his ass out, make up for it. Just want to throw that shot in there for no reason. Just remember, he's been god awful. But yeah, like, so that's 2 things. We will know if they don't win the championship. We can look back to this time and say it's so clear. J-Dub got hurt, Lou Dort fell off, and the shooting wasn't good enough to make up for it.
Good. Damn. Or not good, but whatever.
Yeah, it just is what it is. Dyson Daniels, going from a historic season averaging over 3 steals a game, most improved player, and nearly winning DPOY as a shooting guard, to shooting 11% from 3-point range. This has to be studied. Legendary fall off.
Right after we had like 11? This whole contract negotiation. Yeah, he hasn't hit 3 in months. Do you know the last time he hit 2 threes in a game? Do you know when that happened?
I'm gonna say
2023.
It's January right now. I'm gonna say opening night.
No, I'm gonna say last season. I'm gonna say April.
Brother, it was April. It was like 87 degrees outside. It's 2 degrees outside right now. We went through multiple seasons of these shenanigans. Right after you went up to us, you had the audacity, knowing you was not working on your 3-point shot during the offseason. You did what you did. I understand you're a bad getter. But you went into the offseason. It seems to be that you did nothing when it comes to expanding your game. Just to ask us for $30 million a year, you got your 25. Cool, that's great. But next season, rolling into next season when that new check hits, this has to happen for the first time in NBA history. You have to donate at least half of your check to the fans of Atlanta, bro, because you're not doing nothing for us. Not even the fans. Donate half of your check every single month to the employees, the guys who keep the lights on, the guys who keep the floors clean, the guys who go ahead and give people hot dogs and chicken and all that, bro, because they're providing more value all around to the experience than you are. Like half side of the court is gone. How is your game just like depleted like that? 11%? 11? He doesn't even take threes like that anymore.
It's quite unfathomable.
Dude.
As a Magic fan, Desmond Bane, 4 first-round picks to go all in on some certified mid was pure asset mismanagement.
And you know what? That is kind of right. He is,
4 first-round picks, he is mid compared to other players who went for 4 first-round picks.
He is definitely the worst of the bunch. I can understand that.
There's a lot of guys. I mean, Mikal Bridges went for 5.
Yeah.
Gobert went for 4.
And like Gobert has so much more value to his team.
Has Mikal been worse than Bane?
He's gone ghost more, but he hasn't. So he hasn't been worse. Maybe he was needed less.
I'm just trying to rank those 3 and just trying to put Bane in the middle of that to say, yes, like for that value, he has been mid. But we talked about it earlier. This situation is bigger than you, Desmond Bane.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
But I will say, when it happened, we came up here and we were like, it's too many picks. I get it, because you need this type of player. You need the spacing bad, and you're at the time where it could behoove you to overpay on a player because it could take you over the top in a wide open Eastern Conference that, while yes, it's an overpay, we can understand it. If it works out in the end, so be it, right? It hasn't quite worked out, so maybe it was just an overpay. We'll see. We're plenty more time to be had. They're just getting healthy. When they're 5 best players on the court together, they're incredible. Give them more time, see what a playoff run happens. If Desmond Bane's skill set proves to be the difference in a playoff series, if they finally beat the Cavs after getting their backs blown out a couple times in a row, great.
Yeah.
But thus far, maybe it is leaning towards just being the overpay it was on paper.
Yeah, I think both of those things are true. One, of course, like he's not best put in the position to like actually thrive in the offensive philosophy. There's just no philosophy over there in Orlando. Yeah. And on top of that, too, the 4 is egregious.
It was a lot. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a slight loss. Maybe it was worth it. We'll see. I still don't understand how Miles Turner is 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan and is averaging a measly 5.3 rebounds. The world may never know.
He's been like that, brother. What do you mean? Like, this is his MO.
And he still doesn't understand it. And I'm right there with you. And this has to be one of the, if not the most, one of the most frustrating archetypes in the NBA.
Who do you think has more lower body strength? Who squats more? Miles Turner or your dad?
Ooh, definitely your dad.
If your dad got to
Prime?
train for 2 weeks.
Prime?
Yeah,
Listen.
let's say your dad 10 years ago.
Your dad.
So
What?
not
Prime
prime.
Steven Smoot. 38-year-old Steven Smoot
Yeah.
is a demon.
Yeah. What?
Demon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
nah.
your dad got him?
What do you
Yeah,
think his squat
yeah.
numbers were? I guarantee you probably
I
clear
I don't even know.
I think you would clear like 375. Clear.
If he was squatting like that, probably, yeah.
Clear. I know he's doing that.
Yeah. He could.
Can Miles Turner clear 375?
No. No.
No, he's not putting.
It's probably pretty hard to squat a lot when you're 7 feet tall, to be fair.
I know that, and that's why. Yeah.
Definitely, Cat. This man was a lock for an all-star starter last season, and now he's scoring 20 once every 3 weeks. The more I watch him play, the more I realize that he's not good in set systems run by coaches. He needs to be playing his own brand of basketball to thrive as a player. That's why he was so good last season. Tibbs just gave him and Brunson the ball and let them sort it out by themselves. I'm a Knicks fan, by the way. Donovan, do you agree with King Squid 76's assessment of why Karl Anthony Towns has been so bad this year?
It's a perfect assessment.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I haven't heard this narrative. Tell me about it. I'm not tapped in.
I mean, the good and bad part of Tibbs' offense is like it's going to be efficient and it's going to work because we are going to give our best players the ball all the time. And for Cat, for somebody who's like super reckless and is like super talented, he can be a positive offensive player in the aggregate because he's getting so many opportunities. But whenever you are saying like, hey, we want to play a little bit more structured, we want you to be more decisive with the basketball, he hasn't been there. And I think we saw early on in the year just figuring out his role, and even now in these past couple games, or even just overall, you've seen Cat not be able to fit in. And like Mike Brown has called out Cat because of his passing, which has honestly, like, there's been a lot of moments this year where the passing has been better, but Mike Brown was like, yo, like we knew like that like double teams were happening, like you just have to be a better passer out of double teams, and really like called him out in front of everybody. And that's something that I think you are seeing. I'm at the point right now where I thought I was going to be last year, which is, this is just not going to work. And I was able to kind of push it to the side. They're not winning a chip this year with this group, with this core, with those two guys being their best players. And like, obviously at this point, Brunson, if it wasn't for Mamdani, Brunson would be the mayor. Like, it's his city, and so like he's not going it anywhere. Cat is the one who has to go.
Of course, 110%. Like you can only have so many defensive liabilities while also having a guy be wildly inconsistent offensively. And there was a play specifically, I hate that we forgot to mention it last week, where they were off against the Kings and some catastrophe happened offensively. I think
so many bad plays that game.
So catastrophe happened is hilarious.
And yeah, when you lose to the Kings, bro, like
get ran by the Kings.
Yeah, but there was a play where he was on the ground and they're playing 4-on-5 basketball, and then the Kings had gotten a long rebound, and the ball was going towards Karl Anthony Towns, and he was given like this half-ass jog, and it came to a point where they just got a wide open three, while he was just like completely eliminated himself off the play because he was just too busy moping, pouting around. And that play right there just like blew up in my face, and it gave me like the whole vibe and what this season meant for Cat and how it was just pretty much like over when it comes to what the expectations were, how he was seen as like an addition to the team, which he was last year. And to some ways you can convince me like he's still an addition. But when it comes to where you're trying to be at, hell nah. Like he's not leading to that at all.
Yeah, it's been a weird thing too, because the vibes have decreased year over year. And which is honestly something that I think a lot of people and a lot of good teams can kind of relate to it, because one, the vibes have decreased because the expectations have increased. You're no longer this like very fun 42, 43 win team where like everything is okay. We came into the year saying you should win the East. You should be in the Eastern Conference Finals. And now that you actually have some expectations on your back, and now that you actually have to be good a majority of the time, you're having a hard time
So what I'm hearing
out.
is fans ain't gonna keep being patient with them.
At all.
Cute, humble team that took the New York City by storm, no longer good enough.
It's no longer good
Ooh,
enough.
I love podcasts.
I love side talk. No, It's not there. And especially after last year, they got to the Eastern Conference Finals with a team that everybody thought was inherently flawed. And
they overachieved for sure. Like it's easy to forget that they beat the Knicks. I mean, they beat the Celtics. None of us thought it was possible all year if they beat the Celtics. All we talked about for a calendar year since that trade happened when they got Karl Towns is there's no way in fuck you can defend a Boston Celtics offense that has epitomized modern basketball with a defensive anchor like Cat and a point of attack defender like Jalen Brunson who epitomize everything that doesn't work defensively in modern basketball. They overachieved for, they just got it out the mud. They figured it out. They made more shots. They slowed down the Celtics offense. We don't got to go back and talk about why. But those flaws didn't disappear. Just because they overachieve and they find a way to win a series that they shouldn't win doesn't mean we can assume those flaws won't exist the next year. Sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes over the long term, as more sample size builds and regular season and playoffs, those flaws prove to be real.
Not a part of this conversation now, but I am so curious to see how they pivot in the offseason and what their next move is.
It has to be trading Cat because you're not going to go in.
But what does that look like? What do you want to get for him? Who's going to
Giannis? No, but like
he's so lost.
That honestly that's the obviously like the
pray for it.
Yeah, that's the
you trade him for RJ Barrett and Jakob Poeltl.
You take it.
Jakob Poeltl is a traditional big that can defend the rim a little bit better. Flawed. RJ Barrett, you probably flip and try to do something else with that salary.
Can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Can you choke him out for me, please?
Yeah,
thank you.
You know I got you.
Thank you.
What, you hate that idea?
Yes, I do.
I mean, it's supposed to be a salary dumb thing. You'd reroute RJ Barrett realistically, hopefully bring in another wing that's a little bit more 3-and-D and cheaper. And yeah, you would roll with Poeltl, who hope he gets healthy and fits better, can do some Hartenstein stuff as this like traditional rim protector.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose situation.
It's a salary dump to get out of that era.
Yeah. If we at this point, I'm okay with big swings and big misses, whatever. If they
step back on purpose,
if they do that when you're in this era of the Eastern Conference and of Knicks basketball, and you go out and you fire Tibbs, you bring in Mike Brown, and everything is supposed to be on the up and up. You trade Karl Anthony Towns for RJ Barrett.
I'm not gonna lie, that'll be the funniest thing
RJ
ever.
Barrett again and Jakob Poeltl, I will lose my mind.
Well, it's hard because he makes so much money.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Like I was gonna suggest, if salaries weren't a factor, Jared Allen for Cat saves everybody's lives.
Again, we can do that,
but you can't.
And I would be okay with that.
It's impossible.
He makes so much money. Like that's so hard for the Cleveland Cavaliers in their current roster construction. Unless you get real creative with some kind of 3-team deal. They have to get out of the second apron and then find a way to add.
That is what the money.
Cat makes almost $40 million more than Jared Allen.
That is what the money is for, to be a GM. Go be creative.
I don't get the
Leon Rose, you should not sleep. I need three whiteboards with red tape everywhere for you to actually figure out how to trade this man, because right now, and like it sucks because he played so well last year, and the timely shot making that he had, especially like in the Detroit series, there was, he had the crazy step back at every single turn. Cat was doing the things that people asked of him last year, and he played so well. And to come into this year from the start to where we are now, nothing looks good. And then you even have Mikal and OG and their ups and downs, which is honestly expected because they are there's like tertiary and whatever, fourth-year option. Like
fourth year.
I have no idea what that word is, if there's a word. But that's their roles. And you're getting a good due season. The bad part also, it looks like Mitchell Robinson is gonna leave. Like that writing looks on the wall. So if you go into this offseason and you lose the one big that actually can help you be a competent defense at times, this entire experiment is going to go down in flames. And I hate it because Carson tweeted something the other day where he was he put up the on and off numbers with like Brunson and Cat, and it was like, yeah, like you can't do this. And I was like, guys, like Brunson is a winning player, like he can do it, and he's being dragged. Like this is not supposed to happen. Like people are going back and relitigating a lot of the stuff that has been said about Brunson and has been said about the ability to win with a small guard, which historically they are true, and I do understand it. But especially in Brunson's case, because he's been so clutch and he's been so good, I want to push back on it so much. And it's like, yes, it's hard to win with a short guard who's not great at defense, but it's not his fault that like Cat got put there too. Like it's tough.
Yeah, I feel like someone like Brunson, like there's only been a few exceptions in the history of the league. And I feel like Brunson just might be good enough if the situation was perfect around him. And obviously the next situation is far from perfect. Extending out and looking at the whole Karl Anthony Towns thing. Ooh.
Numbers below
Yeah, it's tough.
are
It's hard.
since last season. It's actually worse for this year alone. It's extremely difficult to build a truly elite team when your best player is one of the worst defenders on the planet, and probably impossible when your second star is also an awful defender, Knicks. And this shows Jalen Brunson, offensively when he's on the court, their offensive rating is 3 points better than when he's on the bench. But defensively, their defensive rating is 10 points worse, leading to them being better with Jalen Brunson not playing by 7.6 points overall.
And
Becky
that's what I'm
Hammond.
saying.
They called her a mad woman, bruh.
Now,
Was
this
she
happens
cooking?
sometimes with stars because coaches, especially old school coaches like a Tibbs, will rely on their star player to carry bench lineups with all their worst players. So that sometimes will put them in a lot of lineups that are bad and worse than lineups when the second and third best player in the team play together. But the logic there is Brunson will keep those bad lineups from being slightly bad opposed to being horrendous. That happens with Shea this year. When they're on the bench lineups, they usually put J-Dub and Chet together where Shea plays with all the shitters that can't shoot. So that muddies this type of stuff up a lot in terms of baseline on-off numbers. But the defensive rating is no coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I understand it, and I understand we've talked really since the day that this has happened about the flaws. I just think that for the Knicks, like, it is time to figure out what the pivot is, because you went out and you fired, and at the time, like, I thought it was the right move. It was the right move. The way that they were playing offense in the playoffs last year was so uncreative, was so retro. They did not have any modern concepts that they were legitimately running or going to in crunch times that can elevate them. And that wasn't a part of what they were doing. I thought it was a good thing. Now, I wish that they probably could have gotten one of the top tier candidates instead of being rejected by every single candidate that they had and relied on like their sixth option and Mike
Who
Brown.
rejected them again? I can't remember.
They interviewed everybody, and like Mike Brown was one of just like the last guys at the party.
So the other guys that wanted to go to the jobs?
They either like took other jobs, or because remember they really wanted like Jason Kidd or something, and they really,
they tried to poach him.
yeah, they try to poach a lot of people, and it was like you went into this thing without a clear plan of an actual candidate that could have been hired. Your whole plan was, yeah, we're gonna fire Tibbs and then see if we can poach somebody from another team. Like, that's not a serious plan to go out and get a coach. So now that you're here, you are kind of committed to Mike Brown, and you have this whole cat thing. I don't know if they rock together. I have no idea, and it seems like it's not the coach second star combo that you would want out of a championship team.
And that's another element we didn't talk about. We talked about how last year they overcame the weaknesses, and maybe this year they're just sample size is proving that won't happen every year. It's also a coaching thing. Like, maybe this isn't the coach for him, like you just said. And that also happens a lot. That Cat was the second star for Brunson when Tibbs was coaching, for better or worse. That fit meshed together. Maybe we don't need to I kind of relitigated last year and called it a fluke in some ways. Maybe that's not even necessary. Maybe it's just the coaching difference.
It kind of was. Do you remember what their plus minus was for the playoffs?
No.
It was a negative.
It was 0.
Oh, so it was like a Lakers situation where they just win these clutch games but weren't necessarily better.
Every game that they won was like a clutch game in the last 2 minutes. Somebody's hitting a clutch shot. Somebody's getting fouled at the end. Like, they were either losing by 7 or they were winning by 2. Mm-hmm. And it was
fucking let's do it. They were lucky as hell. The Celtics were better. They never deserved to be there. The Celtics choked and lost the series. The Knicks didn't come forward and win the series. We're here to slander Boston and say the Knicks are benefactors of the biggest choke job of the last 10 years. How about that?
There's nothing more than I love than Knicks slander, man.
The Pacers deserved to beat them. They should have swept them.
Okay, listen.
Swept them is hilarious.
They should have beat them in a bigger margin because they were that fraudulent.
Game 1 still haunts me.
Yeah.
But like all of that happened, and it's like it's the Dan Campbell thing of like, hey man, this might be our only shot.
Damn, that really is what happened.
You're right.
You know, this might be the only opportunity that you get to legitimately make a run, and you tried to switch some things up, and sometimes things just don't go your way. And right now, it's looking like the Knicks had their opportunity and could have been in the finals. Right? Probably would have got smoked out by OKC, but could have at least put yourself in that situation where you had just overcome a giant two weeks ago against the Celtics. Let's see what you could have done, especially against OKC, who was missing a whole bunch of threes, was able to get pushed to 7 games twice. Who knows, right? We'll flip a coin. Who knows? But that version of the Knicks, and even the version 2 years ago where everybody got hurt, those two might have been the best opportunity to win a championship or to get to the finals in this Brunson era. And I have no idea if it's ever going to get there again.
That's a good point. And, listen, it is January 19th, mid-season basketball.
They are 2-8 in their last 10 games.
They are. It is bad right now, and I think it's bad for reasons that were predictable and that track with preconceived notions, so it's real. A lot of teams go through slumps at this point of the year. They could come together at the right time like they did last year and make a run in which we did not believe in them at all for some similar reasons. Maybe Brunson just rises again and carries them to places we didn't think they could happen. That's happened for like 3 years in a row. They keep overachieving because his individual brilliance in the playoffs, mixed with some other stuff too, not to say it's only him, but that could happen again and they could get back to where they were in the conference championships. But at this point, I think you're right. I think this is a Lions situation. I think they had their best chance, and now we're just back to reality.
And one more piece of pessimism. Whenever the Cat thing, like let's say we go another year with Cat, with 3 years removed, whatever. Jalen Brunson's not taking a pay cut again.
Nor should he.
The next contract that he takes, if it's another one of these situations where he's, essentially Pablo Torre, please don't do anything. But if he's leaving like $100 million on the table, I have no idea what
my
that.
Stomach?
Dude, I thought that was like a motorcycle going past my outside.
I thought that was you. But yeah,
crazy.
Like Brunson not taking a pay cut in 2 years or whatever, whenever the next extension is up, that's also going to then put you in another situation where you are not going to have as much flexibility to surround yourself with a Mikal Bridges, with an OG, with a Cat. Like, that's going to be a very, very weird time.
It was also a fake pay cut to some extent in terms of the sticker number.
Yeah.
Like, he did that, for people who don't know. He took one less year in his contract, which is the big reason why the $100 million number is so big, because that's like $60 million off of 1 year. He took about $40 million less, I think, rough numbers, I don't remember exactly, for those 4 years, I think the contract was, instead of getting the 5th year. Because after that, he will have 10 years of service and can sign an even bigger deal with, when the cap rises even more 3 years from now, even huger numbers. So he's going to get most of that back in terms of the next deal. And I guarantee you, with the relationship he has with the Knicks, they were like, take this deal and we'll for sure give you the next one as long as you don't fall off a cliff. So that number's coming in a few years, like pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah, it was tactical.
Yeah. It's just going to be so hard to navigate things. That's why I asked earlier, like, how can you like pivot off the Cat stuff while also like not necessarily making your team that much worse? And I forget they're a second apron team. They're one of like the more firm second apron teams as well. So even then, you're gonna have to jump through so many loopholes.
I mean, you can't aggregate his salary.
My big hope is that the Pelicans pick does not end up in the top 4, and then that pick becomes again just it's still going to be valuable, but it's not the crown jewel of the offseason. So then that pick doesn't become top 4. Then we take Cat, whatever picks we have in the summer, and we say, Milwaukee, you guys are desperate. Please give us Giannis. And that's my hope at this point.
I don't think the Hawks have like any business getting Giannis right now. They have so many other questions to answer.
Exactly, which is why he should be a Knick.
The Hawks are not getting Giannis. If that pick's top 4 pick or top 3 pick even, they're taking their young star and running. They're not getting Giannis.
Yeah, you're not doing
that. They're going to pair Cam Boozer and Jalen Johnson, have a grand time.
Yeah, we have no business doing that at all.
Yeah.
But y'all ain't getting him either, though, for sure.
Yeah, probably not. But at this point, no one's getting Giannis. At this point, Giannis isn't even sure who's getting Giannis. We'll see.
He's want to hang out and, eat chicken nuggets and cheese curds and pull up at Smoothie King. Like, that's it. So, I have no idea.
Yeah. All right, well, that wraps up our segment of the most disappointing players in the year. Let's get over to our news of the weekend, reacting to some quick tweets, talking about the little headlines that we missed. And we're going to start with the NBA London game. The Grizzlies once again played the Orlando Magic. Remember, they played them on, I think, Friday in Berlin. It was. It's a 2-part series of Europe games in which they do some outreach. Adam Silver's out there. A bunch of NBA officials are out there. Big showcase for the league. In that first game, Ja Morant did not play. They got beat pretty handily by the Orlando Magic. Anthony Black dunked on 4 people. In this game, Ja Morant did play, and he had a great game. 24 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 7 of 13 from the field. Hit 3 out of 4 of his threes. They beat the shit out of the Orlando Magic. Beat them to a pulp. Paolo Banchero was asked what's the difference in these 2 games, why it had such a huge lopsided difference in the outcome. He says, I think the main difference is John Morant was there. In this game, not only did John Morant play well on the big stage, feels like the catalyst of maybe some mending of some bridges with the Memphis Grizzlies. Because after this game, he was asked about this and about just the general thing that's going on with the Grizzlies, call it a schism he's having with the team. He said, I got a logo on my back, and that should tell you where I want to be. He has a Grizzlies tattoo. He said, I want to always remain here. He led with loyalty, said, I'm a loyal guy. And I think I noticed an energy shift in Grizzlies Twitter. People were like, fuck it, we got to figure out how to make this work. This is our guy. We ride or die with John Morant. They're back on. They've convinced themselves he should stay. Have you convinced yourself he should stay?
And this is how toxic relationships work, people. They go ahead and show you what you want for 2 seconds. They lure you back in, and then they continue to treat you like shit afterwards. Just 2 weeks later, bro.
Yeah, if John Morant could shoot 7 of 13 every night,
Yeah.
we would not be having this issue.
75% for three.
That's what I'm saying. If he was averaging 20 and 10 on 35% from the 3-point line, we would not be having the conversation that we're having.
Yeah. And I think this game did show you that they're a good guard that can create offense away from being a very good team. Like it really like
I wish we had that.
I know. Like the reason why we thought this team would be a play-in level team would be just like, a solid team. All makes sense. Like they have a lot of good things going for them. If they had an all-star guard, everything would be different. And if Edie didn't get hurt and they had a real big that could also do his part, that part's unfortunate. So it tells you two things. One, we got to hope and pray that John Morant can be the guy. Two, if John Morant is the guy, he's worth keeping. So maybe we don't take a tiny deal and trade him just to trade him. But it doesn't really dispel all the reasons that 3 days ago we thought he'd for sure get traded.
Yeah, like I think all the things that I still thought about the Memphis Grizzlies and where they are as an organization, I still feel the same way. You should probably move off of John. This probably. I'm not gonna say it lends to be even more of a sign, but it feels good to see him back and be like the normal John Morant that we know, the normal all-star caliber guard, and seeing his 3-point shot fall to that degree specifically. There was a shot in this game where I think he was like 2 or 3 steps back from the 3-point line, and the guy came up late, and I think that's what led to him doing his celebration.
Dude, okay, y'all at home, remember, on April 9th, I'm telling you this date so you can look back at our video log and try to figure this out for me. On April 9th, John Morant last season did the grenade celebration. And a few days later, I don't know when, maybe it was a few weeks later, we talked about it. And I said, I know what's next. He's going to pull out a goddamn bazooka.
And you said, I remember.
And
that.
I went,
yeah.
And then I said after that, he's going to do AC 130 inbound. I cannot find that video. I don't know where I said that, but we fucking called it. Because during this game, he did the bazooka. He pulled it out and went on the court. Please, if you're watching, find that clip for me. Because tell me what episode it was in. Tell me a timestamp if you happen to remember it. Because I need to find that clip.
Who needs a crown eater to Texas to go to work?
Yeah. If there's one thing we know celebrations. Yeah. We know foolishness.
We recognize patterns. We know what's up next. Because he did exactly what we said he would. He went like this and did a grenade launcher.
I'm saying, I know you, Josh.
What do you think? What will be the next one?
I told you, AC 130 inbound.
How does that even look like, though?
You pull out a computer, open it.
Nah, that's too much typing.
Predator missile.
It's a red button then. He'll pull out something, smash it.
Tactical nuke. But nevertheless, good to see John Morant get back on track in this one game. He's had single games before. This game just mattered a little more coming off of the I don't fuck with y'all whole thing they had, which I don't think he fucks with them now. It's been a couple days. Unless I wonder if part of it is also like he sees the combos. He knows he's about to be traded if things don't go well. I believe him. He doesn't want to be traded. I believe he'd like to be loyal. So maybe there's some element where he's like, let me be the bigger person. Let me start saying the right things.
I mean, he got to. Like, everyone's talking about him like he's a cancer on your team. Like he's, 2021 Russell Westbrook. You're just a bad asset. And 2021 Russell Westbrook, bro, is 33 years old, 34 years old. Brother, you're at the peak of your prime right now.
You should be just starting your prime.
Yeah, like you should be doing everything in your power to correct your PR, because like when it comes to stench and stank in the league, that shit stays around you for a couple of years before everyone comes around to the idea of you not being like either a bad player or even like just having bad vibes.
It might stay forever. Like that, and you might be forever this guy.
Yeah, like I remember it took years for someone like Julius Randle to rewrite his course and how people were feeling about him based on when it was coming out from New York. So
yeah, and his stake was way less than this too.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know who an example is of someone who dealt with this type of career just like nosedive, like that really bounce back from it.
Yeah.
It's more often that you never recover and you're never the same than you bounce back perfectly.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet on if he plans to continue his podcast after returning from injury. Hell no. I just can't see myself preparing for a game in the midst of a slump or whatever and then wanting to get on here and do a podcast. So Donovan, I asked you, have you tuned into the latest episode of The Roommates during their 2-8 stretch?
No.
Are you happy that there's new episodes of The Roommates during the 2-8 stretch?
No.
Are they still making that show? I haven't seen it like
They are.
pop
And when
up
they
at
do
all.
bad, the thumbnails, they're like, we suck. And they're making the YouTube faces and the title says like, we're trash or something. And they're out there talking about it.
They got obligations, man. Oh
Yeah.
my God. They just uploaded 3 days ago.
Yep. And Jalen Brunson get on the mic and Jalen's like, yo, we're sorry. Josh is like, yeah, we suck.
Man.
And it's cool, I guess. But like,
It's not. It's not cool.
I
not
don't really
cool.
give a fuck. But like, to each their own. If it doesn't hurt their preparation, doesn't hurt their preparation. I wonder how their teammates feel though, seeing this comment from Fred
This
VanVleet.
is so funny. Yeah, one of their titles is Jalen and Josh address the losing streak. 100K views. That's so awkward.
So I don't really take an issue with it. Maybe like, if I was a Knicks fan, I don't think I'd care too much because there's bigger fish to fry. Play some fucking defense. I wonder how their teammates feel though. If Fred VanVleet feels this way, as the guy doing the podcast, he was like, I would never. How does OG Anunoby look at the show?
Does OG Anunoby feel anything?
Maybe not.
I don't know.
How does Mitchell Robinson look at the show? They don't really have like old vets on the bench like that.
Yeah.
If they did, how would they look at the
Mitchell
show?
Robinson's YouTube algorithm is not showing him the roommates stuff.
I know
Like,
he's probably
he's
figured
not. He's
out.
not worried about that.
Yeah.
But
He's
it
on
is
kick.
like,
He's on Rumble.
In the DJ
everything.
Academics chat?
Yeah. Everything is cool. Like when you're winning and when you're 5-5, but then it's like, and obviously this is like very much the unreasonable fan in me, but because I 100% know that like, yes, you can lose a game and you can still go out to dinner that night and like have a nice dinner. Like,
Yeah.
like everything's fine. And it's not that. But damn it, like, come on, man. Like, I'm not trying to see that. Like, I'm not trying to see you guys joke and have fun while we're in the middle of this 2-8 stretch. It feels like the sky is falling. And then we get an upload with you on a thumbnail. Like, come on, man. Like,
Say TikTok hooks? What?
yeah, like it's the optics are just not great. And
Yeah.
I understand, again, it's completely like unreasonable as a fan because you understand people still have like regular lives and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to see that.
When it comes to the Fred VanVleet thing, real quick, it's something that's been like lingering in my mind is like I hope he comes back 110% himself because he is a heavier set guard and more stockier guy. He's not big. No one's ever made those jokes, but he's strong. Like that's a
Yeah.
real pro
He's
to
stocky.
his strength. Like he's able to guard like more players this position, scaling up than other guys who are 6 foot. Not the quickest, never been efficient at all, just because of the like his game diet and how far he likes to take his shots. But I hope he can like move the same. I'm so worried about that. I hope he's the
But
same.
you are fat and slow, man.
And you know what? I think he'll get fat and slower, and I'm worried. That's the synthesization of what he's saying. Donovan Mitchell wants to play for Team World in the All-Star game. I don't think people look at me like a Panamanian basketball player, but I do. I would love to be on Team World if I got the chance. And he went on to say that his grandma is from Panama.
Shut up.
Man,
Nobody wants to be from America anymore for these NBA players. They all want to be Team World.
they get a singular conversation with their grandma. Be like, you know, you're Panamanian, right? And they want to just go ahead and embrace these dudes out of nowhere. Oh my God, man. I hate it.
Nobody wants to be on Team America in this game.
Be who you are. Come on now.
I mean, obviously, I mean, not to take away the Panamanian card from him. I'm sure
Yeah,
it's
I'm
true,
not-
but like,
you know
it's just
what I'm
so funny that everyone's like, yeah, maybe I'm Team World.
Yeah.
Maybe why not?
You got people like Normal Powell say, you know what? Yeah, I am Jamaican too. I want to play for Team USA, not even Team USA, people in Team World. Normal.
It'd be kind of sick. Why not? It's new, it's different. Oh, put me on Team World. I want to play with Wemby. I want to alive.
Listen, that's really why.
Me and Jokic have a crazy 2-man game. I know it. Everyone's coming out the woodworks.
Also, trying to play for Team Jamaica, you're not making Team USA.
Exactly.
That's really why. That's really what's going on.
That is usually what it is.
Yeah. That's hilarious, man.
They're all the inverse of Paolo, who was like supposed to be on Team Italy, and then he decided to go to Team USA at the last second. And now they hate him.
Say, fuck these guys. I don't know what they talk about. Like, yeah. That's funny.
Something funny. It's still funny how many headlines we're seeing of people being
Yeah.
like, secretly, I'm not only American, so put me on Team World.
That's so funny, man.
As you guys know, last week, Eric Spoelstra went into a press conference and he shit all over Khalil Ware. He said he has not been stringing together good days. I would like him to get back to the level he was playing at 7 to 8 weeks ago. Basically saying he is not good enough right now to earn the minutes that he thinks he deserves. Well, we have follow-ups. The situation has advanced.
I love follow-ups.
I love follow-ups too. Khalil Ware on wrong button. Khalil Ware on Coach Spo's comments about him. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's crazy. But I mean, it's his comments. I've kind of learned to control what you can control. Always a solid bar. It is what it is. Another solid bar. If I don't play the second half, that was his decision he felt he needed to make in order to produce. I guess, like you said 8 weeks ago, I would say I had more minutes 8 weeks ago. Yep.
On him.
And then the follow-up question was, do you feel like you played better if you had more minutes on a consistent basis? He said, I mean, I feel like everybody thinks that, of course.
Yeah.
So he led with, I'm not going to lie, I think that was crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think I agree. In some ways, that was kind of crazy.
Now, since this quote came out too by Khalil Ware,
I'm going to show that next.
oh, go ahead. Yeah, show right now.
Got you.
There we go.
2 minutes here. I'm not going to show you the whole video. But to what you're about to reference, Eric Spoelstra responded. And I think he handled it with grace. He said, I didn't articulate that in a great way, and that wasn't fair to Khalil. I'm fully invested and invigorated by the opportunity to develop Khalil. I think he's markedly improved not only his approach, but his work ethic. This is mad PR. Professionalism and his game. I do have to figure out some things, and it might not happen immediately. There's some rotations that have to produce a little better. Some of the impact and the on-off numbers have to be a little bit better.
He hates this guy. He can't stand the way he walks, talks, sees him. He says light skin, fragile, says all the things like that, bro. And now he's over here backtracking because he realizes, damn, that was actually really mean. Damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that in the limelight in front about this young player who's still trying to figure things out.
Yeah, it was
Eric.
crazy. It was crazy from Spoelstra to say the things that he said, and I'm completely on Khalil Ware's side.
Yeah.
This is also like somebody got in Spoelstra's ear and was
sure.
like, "Hey man, like you got to calm down," because one, there's been much worse players to come through Miami, to come through the entire league, and people don't talk about young players this openly, this aggressively, in terms of like their struggles and this open. So I think like Spo apologizing, if it's real, cool. If it's not, it, in the words of Khalil Ware, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And you just have to figure out a way to make things work.
Jalen Williams hurt his hamstring in 2 games ago. Missed his last game against the Cavs. It hasn't been fully confirmed how bad the injury was, but he posted this on his story. Who you gonna be? With the picture of him tearing his hamstring.
Damn.
Face not shown. Dealing with adversity. How are you gonna rise to the occasion? Who are you gonna be?
Yeah, I'm at the point where when it comes to, I'm not going to be overzealous, but I will say I don't feel as good when it comes to OKC, naturally, as everyone should right now at this point, about them like winning the championship at all anymore, because it just feels like a natural season hampered by injuries.
Yep. And then they still haven't confirmed the extent of this injury. He missed last game and was without a timetable to return. Real GM classified it as being out indefinitely with the right hamstring strain. Again, it's a hamstring, but OKC has been very, very guarded with J-Dub's injuries and his recoveries this whole time. And for some reason, they haven't put out an official report saying how long he'll be gone. It looked like a serious strain, though. And we're already talking about him dealing with this wrist injury. Hasn't been the same all year. Now having a maybe serious 4-week plus hamstring injury. Quite fucking unfortunate. At this point, all you can hope for is that they can get him healthy by the playoffs.
4 weeks would be the absolute best case scenario, because shit, when I think of my hamstring, I'm thinking about this season. Oh shit, Jalen Green, like he played 2 games for the Suns and he's been out for like 31, 32 consecutive games.
Oh, these teams are liars. He ripped the shit off the bone. He's gone. His fly high, sweet hamstring. He's cooked.
Shut off the boat.
This shit is crazy with Jalen Green. That's a different story. They are lying, or he has the worst strained hamstring of all time.
Which I feel like it could be possible.
Yeah.
If I am looking at this with the rosiest of tints, I'm gonna say he was playing bad before. He is being forced off the court. He's gonna come back healthy. He's gonna give his wrist just a little bit more time to heal. And this next break is the break that he needs to actually be the J-Dub that is a franchise legend. Like that's
Good
what we need.
Yeah.
And so that's how I would spin it. However, if I'm just being real, this is scary as hell. I'm with you. I don't think it feels like this is just one of those years where last year, and we see teams make runs all the time who are able to withstand injury, and that's what the playoffs are about. If the Thunder aren't able to do that, they're going to be in a long line of NBA champions who the year after just suffer some injuries and aren't able to get back.
The last time this happened was what?
Last year.
Last year with the Boston Celtics. The year before that, it was the Denver Nuggets with Jamal Murray coming into the season just like super injury hampered, and obviously MPJ went through his things as well. Like it just happens these days.
Yeah. The lack of back-to-back teams isn't always because they're not good enough. It's more often because it takes a perfect storm to win a championship. Every year, there's multiple teams that are good enough to be champions and be that team that defines that year. Only one can stay healthy and have the best case scenario and be the one to actually win.
Yeah.
A couple nights ago now, Anthony Edwards had 58 points in a loss to the San Antonio Spurs. And in that game, Victor Wembanyama had 39 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 4 for 9 from 3 in 30 minutes of play.
I completely missed this game, and this is one of the games that I have to go back and watch. But
I don't care at all about this game.
Why not?
He's bald.
Yeah.
And before this game, he went bald.
He's been bald.
He is bald.
He was bald like last week, I think, or something like
Yeah.
that. That was when he went bald with Keldon Johnson.
Yeah. Well, he's only played a couple of games since then, and we haven't had a chance to talk about it.
Yeah.
He's bald.
He's the perfect type of crazy, man. This is so encouraging for a Spurs fan.
Him and Keldon have been bald for about 4 days now. We haven't had a chance to address it on camera. How do y'all feel about bald Wemby?
Special player.
Yeah, I think the continuation of
I wonder how many points he's going to average with being bald. Like if he's going this crazy, he's definitely going to be the next version of gang sign John Wall, untucked Kyrie.
Yeah,
he's like going to be
Mellow,
along those lines.
It's a nice alter ego. I want to see this for a full year because 2009 D Wade, when they came back from the Olympics, that D Wade went bald and he averaged like 30 that year. That was his D Wade could have been MVP year. Like I want a full season of just insane psycho. I don't have time to worry about my hair. I'm shaving it all off. That's what I need from start to finish from Wemby. This is the prophecy. This is what he started in the offseason. And I like the album rollout to be, I like the continuation of it.
Can I play devil's advocate?
What's up?
Do you think he's being performative? Knowing that he's on NBA legend status, knowing his capabilities, and knowing his ceiling as a player. He said a lot of things that could be construed as aura farming. Is he performatively entering his bald era early because he knows how iconic it is for a legend?
No, because
maybe he is a little bit performative, man.
We're not gonna put that on.
Is he a performative legend? Is he manufacturing his legend status? Because he's incredibly smart. Like he is obviously like outside of basketball a very smart individual. Do you think he knows what goes into building aura?
I think that's too cynical for him. Because what's the line between performative and like I'm just being me?
You tell me.
I
think he's probably smart enough to blend the two together and from the jump put out legend vibes.
If you say that this is performative, it doesn't stop here then. Now we have to relitigate everything. Was the monk performative?
Maybe. But see, that's like he didn't post pictures of that. Somebody else did, right? Or am I misremembering that?
I think he posted pictures of himself as well.
Okay, but that's like a big deal. Like you're going across the world. Like if it's performative, so be it. You're in China. Like at some point, if you're performing, go for it. You're doing the work. You're in where I actually don't know if it's China. Wherever he was, he went there. So like that's fine. But maybe he understands what's needed to build up himself as a legend. Maybe he is his own Nike in the same way they built up Jordan.
So do you think that if we talk to Wemby, right? We gave him True Serum. And we say, listen, like, were you aura farming on that? Like, was this like a shtick to try and big up yourself? And he says yes. Do you have less respect for this?
No, because this is still insane.
Now, let's make this clear. I'm not anti-aura farming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to say, should we identify that this is a very specific type of aura farming that only works when you have the ability to be one of the greatest players of all time, and when you're keenly aware of it since you're 16? Mm-hmm. Maybe we have a very, very self-aware individual that's, you could argue, doing all the right steps. We need legends. Who cares if they're manufactured? Who cares if they're doing the right things to get our respect? there's respect to be given. Somebody has to earn it.
Yeah, and I think this is like the greatest levels of arm farming and being performative too. If this is what it was, consider like he was even younger. He was even younger than when D Wade went bald. Like, bro, this is your third year in the league. You're what, 21 years old or whatever. And then on top of that too,
People
you
buzz
went
their
double
hair, though.
bald and you forced a teammate.
Not
You brought
twen-
the idea.
2026, 21-year-olds do not buzz their hair.
Exactly.
That's
different.
very, very not a thing that happens
Back
in modern.
then for D Wade, that was a look.
Yeah,
People were rocking that.
it's not a thing that people do these days.
Yes, it is.
Go bald?
No, it is not. This is a very hair-forward era.
People buzz their hair all the time.
Sure, Army cadets.
Even not even Army cadets, regular people buzz their hair.
Sure, there's people who have buzzed their hair, but it's not as prevalent as it was in 2009.
Listen, I'm in these haircut streets. I be watching the videos. They
He's letting us know his next move. That's what it is.
listen, I told y'all. I told y'all. Also, if it does happen, here's what's gonna happen. If I ever do go and get the stuff, it's gonna happen during the winter. I will come up on the show with a beanie every single week for 6 months. You will never know.
I saw a thing on Twitter too, back to the performative nature of Wemby potentially.
Mhm.
People were talking about realizing the Spurs have the most Reddit fan base ever because they're all talking about like respectable hoops and all this stuff in a very cringe way, where Spurs fans are tweeting like, "There's something about Anthony Edwards, man. I respect the way he plays. Put so much fear in my heart, way more than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He plays the game the right way." And people were like, this dork ass Reddit fan base talking about farming respectability points.
Oh my god.
And it's so true. That is the Spurs, especially after like the Tim Duncan era where everything was like, we do things the right way. It's very, very Reddit coded. And Wemby being this way potentially kind of bleeds into that.
They're a perfect match.
They are a perfect match.
Yeah, I agree. It was some hilarious. We saw an interviewer post game was like they walked up to Stephen Castle, and Stephon Castle, he was like, yeah, like he knew better not to walk up to me and ask that question at all. Like him, he's not doing that. I don't envision no like Devin Vassell doing that. Georgia boys, hell no.
Oh, Dylan Harper? Hell no.
No, he did cut his hair, but
Off
he more
though?
so just like got a trim.
Yeah, off.
Yeah, what's the because I was thinking I was legit thinking about it the other day. What's the next way for Dylan Harper? Is he braiding his hair? Is he cutting it down?
I think he's cutting it down.
I can see braids.
Braids?
I can see braids too, yeah, but I think he's cutting it down.
Yeah, because he drove to the basket and his hair was going everywhere. And I was like, yeah, bro, you got to braid that up. You got to lock that down.
Stop me if you heard this before. Kawhi Leonard has had the most dominant scoring
Stop.
stretch of his year, and he's now injured his knee.
Stop.
Damn.
Kawhi Leonard, who's having a career year, is dealing with left knee irritation and is being sent home from the road trip for treatment. League sources tell NBA on Prime NBA TV. He'll be evaluated once the team returns Wednesday. Other tweets of this said, it's not currently considered to be anything serious. It is a contusion he suffered a week ago, and they're dealing with it with some caution. Okay, fair. On the other hand, the Clippers, known liars. There has been about 4 times in the last 5 years in which Kawhi suffered a seemingly innocuous injury and then is out for the season. So we have PTSD when it comes to this exact scenario. Are you worried?
Nah, I'm not worried because I don't have no expectations at all. I expect maybe 20, 25, max 30, and we're right around 30 right now. Great games of Kawhi Leonard. And because I've like fell into this world of just being constantly let down to Kawhi, I'm scarred, you know, like as a fan. I see Kawhi Leonard and what he looks like at the peak of his powers, and sometimes I'm just like, how is he just not a top 5, top 25 basketball player of all time when he's on the court? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Then shit like this happens, and I'm like, oh damn. So I have no worries at all.
Something to monitor. We'll see if horror is happening again.
This is the worst news for the Clippers though, because they've been on a fucking run.
Yeah, and a lot of teams around them are the tanking has started this past week and a half. If you guys haven't noticed or not, a lot of shameless tanking going on now. Obviously, the Wizards trade for Trae Young and bench him. The am I blanking on who I was about to say? The Jazz are shamelessly tanking now, resting guys a lot. A lot of these teams are going down the shitter on purpose while the Clippers are trying to win. So they're gonna be a playing team, it seems.
Yeah.
Now, if Kawhi gets hurt, that is highly unfortunate.
Yeah, call me in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see. Kevin Durant has officially passed Dirk 6th on the all-time scoring list.
That's a bucket. Shout out.
That is a bucket.
That's all you can say. Is like, wow, Kevin Durant got more buckets. Cool.
Yeah.
Like,
What's new?
Yeah, he just gets buckets every
Oh,
day.
the sky is blue. Nice.
It was
How
it
do
was
you do
cool
this,
though
bro?
because he got the jumper doing like a Dirk fade,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which was cool.
Now my question is, Kevin Durant is here at 31, 5, 6, 1.
He's passing Jordan.
Yeah, how high do you think he's gonna get?
I think he could be
Force
top
is,
3, maybe.
If I remember correctly,
he'll
I don't know.
pass Kobe. Another 5,000,
That's a
like
lot.
5,500. That's a lot.
if I remember correctly, because this was talked about with LeBron, I think if you average like 27 like LeBron does and you stay relatively healthy, I think they were saying he gets like 4,000 a season. Or is that too high? Or was it 2,800 a season? Something
yeah, it
like
has
that.
to be that.
It might be. It was like 25. No, yeah. Now I'm looking at 42K. That doesn't make sense at all. So what is it like 2,800 points a season?
So if he plays, let's say he plays 60, average of 60 games, right, and he scores like 27, that's 1,600 points a season.
oh, so I was way off. Okay, so maybe it's like 2,000 at the high end for a full season.
And so if he does that, yeah, if we're just giving him 60 games, 27 a night for the next 3 more years. Let's just say 3
I'll
years,
say-
just to see where he's at.
Okay,
That's a lot, man.
3 years,
That's a lot of points.
that's an extra 4,800 points
So
on
he-
top of what he has now.
so he should get to 4 is what we're saying, but 3 is pretty hard.
which would put him at 36,421, and then you include the rest of this year, he can get to be the 3rd leading scorer of all time.
Okay, including this year. Damn, so he would have been, if he didn't miss those full seasons, he would have been top 3.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he could still
could-
get
yeah.
there, but he's gonna have to play.
He's gonna have to be in the postseason like every single year, including this year, obviously. Too,
Well,
which will
this
be,
doesn't
but
count
man.
postseason, I believe.
Oh, I thought it was
regular
just
season.
all in one. Oh, okay.
No, it's
No,
just
yeah,
regular
I
season.
hate that.
Yeah, the all time is just regular season.
You should count postseason.
Yeah, I hate that. Why are you doing that?
We should count postseason. I don't know if the order would change in the top 2, but I wonder who'd be 3 if we counted postseason.
Yeah.
Did Kobe play more in the playoffs than Nasty Man? Probably.
I don't know. I mean, they were there all the time.
But then again, playoff runs aren't that long, so it probably doesn't make
That's
that big
true.
of a difference.
Yeah.
Pretty limited amount of games in comparison.
But every bucket matters.
Yep. Now, with that being said, that is the end of the news stories to talk about today. Let's get on to some TikTok topics.
Let's do it.
You know, if you've been online this past week, a lot of nostalgia going on. A lot of talk about 2016 being 10 years ago.
Also, he smoked some in postseason.
Oh, okay.
Kobe's 4th, Karl Malone is 8th.
Okay.
Damn. Okay.
Smoked him.
Good for him.
I had to put down Nasty Man.
A lot of people talking about 2016 being 10 years ago. A lot of people posting on their stories about 2016, what they looked like, what they were doing. Let's talk about, was the NBA better in 2016 or now in 2026? We have a lot of categories to talk about. We're going to talk about every facet of the league, and you decide which era had it better.
Okay.
So let's start this conversation by talking about the superstars of the league. Here I have the top 5 players in both years, to my estimation, which I think is pretty much right, given consensus. Which era had the better superstars atop the league?
Ooh.
We have LeBron, Curry, Durant, Harden, and Kawhi in 2016. Jokic, Shea, Giannis, Luka, Ant-Man this year.
I feel like
This is crazy, man.
so I'm gonna decide this because even on both sides, like and it's like overall the superstars were great on both sides, but in 2016 we're looking at that general top 5.
Mhm.
4 of those top 5 guys have MVPs. On the other side, 3 of the top 5 guys have MVPs. Is the gap between LeBron and Curry or LeBron and KD bigger than the gap between Jokic and Shea or Jokic and Giannis?
So you're saying, was LeBron clearly the best player in the world more than Jokic is?
Yeah.
No.
In 2016, no.
Well-
This is when Curry had his unanimous MVP season. So this is the year where Curry
Exactly.
was the closest you could possibly imagine to LeBron.
However, middle of 2016, we're just going calendar year. At the end of June, they blow a 3-1 lead and everyone's kind of, throws that off to the side. So once we got back to earth and July 1st hit and the new NBA season started, are we thinking like, oh yeah, Curry's not there? Like, is he
No.
so
Okay,
far
I
behind?
remember
Maybe.
very, very like.
You know what I'm saying? Because
vividly
that went out the window as soon as they lost.
Yeah.
Either way, we had a second player that either way, the top 3 in 2016 is better, I think, than 2026.
Yeah, I agree. There was the first time ever in LeBron's not career, but in his like prime where people were actually considering like, yeah, I'd rather have someone like Steph Curry on my team over.
It was a
LeBron.
conversation to his point. It definitely was a conversation.
Yeah, and that's never been a conversation when it comes to Durant or obviously anyone else on this list. Curry was the only guy who was able to like, in some people's eyes,
And I will
was
say,
justified for that year to be
2016
over.
Harden, this is before Harden was at his peak. He didn't have an MVP yet at this point.
Mm.
He was just starting to thrive. He had second MVP in 2015, wasn't one of the MVP candidates in 2016. And 17, he was second again. He didn't get his MVP 2018.
Yeah. This was
So I don't know if 2016 Harden was like better than 2026 Luka. Giannis and KD, I suppose that's close. Shea's having a second MVP level season after winning one. Maybe that's comparable to Curry. 2016 LeBron is better than 2026 Jokic.
Yeah. 2016 Kawhi was third in MVP.
He's better than that.
Oh yeah, he's better than Ant.
That might be the difference maker. They might have had the top 5 in 2016 might be better. You also have the greatest player of all time at his peak, so it's pretty hard not to pick 2016.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
But as a collective, even as a collective, I think the legends of LeBron, Curry, and Durant.
Oh my bad. My bad. Kawhi was actually number 2 in MVP.
Yeah, he was number 2.
Damn.
No, what was number 3? It wasn't even
Number
like a
3
race.
was LeBron. But
It was unanimous. It wasn't even a race.
Exactly.
I think the trio of LeBron, Curry, and Durant has even more superstar aura. That felt more generation defining than Jokic, Shea, Giannis.
Yeah, I agree. I think obviously like the only thing about 2026 that might have over 2016 when it comes to stardom is that the list is just longer in 2016. That's it.
Okay, so the back half of this, if we extend it to top 10, you think the back half of the top 10 is better in 2026?
Most definitely. I think in 2016, maybe a top 12 player that year, 13 players, DeMarcus Cousins maybe or something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
the guys we have now smokes.
Because after this, we have Russ, we have Chris
PG.
Paul.
Chris
What'd you say?
yeah.
Paul George, PG.
2016. Okay, Paul George is up there.
Anthony
Davis
Davis
made the leap.
killing it.
No, he made the leap in 2017. I was looking. 2016, he averaged 22 points per game. 2017 is when he started averaging 28, being like
Yeah,
that top 5 guy.
still like that.
So it's pre him, but it's also pre Wemby right now.
CP3.
Yeah, CP3 is top 10. Some people might say Russ was number 6.
I agree with that. I actually don't. I don't know if you're right. I think the top 10 maybe in 2016 still might be better.
Well, it's tough right now too because Halliburton and Jason Tatum are injured.
Which is, I mean, it's fair, but like still.
Tatum makes a difference, I think. Tatum, he should be in the top 5 over Ant, as this was last season. So,
Mhm.
so I'm with you. That's the 2016 superstars up top
Yeah.
are more superstar-y, so they get the point here.
Yeah.
But maybe the depth of star talent overall. If we didn't do superstars and just did stars,
Yeah,
go
like if we did a
2026.
top 30, 2016 versus 2026, it's a clear disparity.
Okay, and we'll get to some categories that might take that into account. Next up, storylines. Which decade had it better? We had the 73 win Warriors in 2016. LeBron trying to win for Cleveland. Kawhi taking over the Spurs. Kobe's retirement tour. KD and Russ still as a duo.
It's 2016.
Man,
Man.
take me back, man.
It's
Take me back.
storyline wise.
Take me back, man.
Yeah.
The storyline category is why 2016 is so fondly remembered. This might be the greatest storyline year
Yeah.
of the last 40 NBA seasons
It's like
since Jordan.
it's crazy too because 2016 is one of the last times, and it's the Warriors' fault because they didn't win. But 2016 is one of the last times where, on a game by game basis, every single game is like must watch TV.
Yeah.
Where, they lose and everyone's like, "No, the regular season doesn't matter anymore." But you have that. You have the fact that like LeBron is trying to win. That they brought in David Blatt, fired him on MLK Day because they got blown out by 30. Like. Kobe retiring and the 73 win Warriors, those two combined.
Yeah.
And they happen on the same day?
Those two combined smoked 2026.
2026 is honestly kind of a weak storyline year. I think we're kind of going through a little bit of a drought as the era changes. OKC trying to become a next dynasty is the best storyline. People fucking hate OKC. It's not even embraced like it was with the Warriors. Curry had so much more fanfare. Second best storyline is Curry, LeBron, and KD being unks that still got it. There's kind of a drought in between. Like Luka is a Laker. Not going well right now. The roster is far away. The Wemby ascension is probably up there too.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun, but he's also been in and out, and
Yeah.
because of all the injuries, we've missed weeks of Wemby playing.
Come
throughout
playoff
the
time though,
season.
maybe that'll become like a huge thing.
It's gonna have to carry 26 because 2016 is smoking right now.
Damn. Yeah, wow, man. Like, what's another big story in 2026? Like,
The Knicks being good, but they're blowing it.
the Knicks aren't good. You can see Detroit's good, but
That's not a
Cade
storyline.
It's like,
Yeah, and the Knicks being back is more of a 2024 storyline than 26.
yeah.
Yeah, I put that because this is supposed to be the year where they're the favorites, with the Celtics being neutered a little bit and
Yeah.
everything.
And
But they're
not
blowing
they're not taking advantage. The Spurs and Kawhi in 2016, the Warriors are going for 73. The Spurs got like 67 games
Yep.
that year.
Yeah.
They were what OKC was last year, and we're talking about OKC as a defining team. The Spurs were that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
2016 sweep.
Peak storyline year versus weak storyline year. 2016 gets a 2-0 lead in this series. Next up, let's do position by position to go through what you were talking about with the depth of star talent. Which decade has better guards?
Oh my God. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about.
I put 8 or so up here, but we can extend it if you can remember some. 2016, we got Curry, Harden, Westbrook, CP3, Lillard before he made another jump, Isaiah Thomas, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry.
Throw in
26,
Kemba
you just
Walker.
won.
Throw in Jeff Teague.
Oh, good Lord. 2026, we got Shea, Luka, still Curry, Cade, Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey. You can throw Devin Booker in there.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves in there.
I think there could be a real conversation between who'd you rather have, 2016 Kyle Lowry or 2026 Tyrese Maxey. But outside of that, I'm just like, yeah, man, it's 2016 sweeps once again. Obviously, Isaiah Thomas.
Sweep.
Like,
I actually disagree.
I don't know if 2016 sweeps.
I think the back three. I think Edwards, Mitchell,
I meant
and
to say 2026.
Edwards, Mitchell, and Maxey pushes 2026 over the edge over Isaiah Thomas, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry.
Especially because this wasn't 2019 Harden.
Yeah.
2016 Harden wasn't quite there yet. So, like, you could think Luka's better than him. Curry's better than Shea, but obviously they're both all-time seasons. This version of Curry we have today smokes 2016 Westbrook still, I think.
Ooh, that's a good combo.
Maybe
So,
smoke is unfair, but
Yeah.
I'm still taking today's Curry, I think.
2016 Westbrook is one of the few years where you
Yeah.
can look at him and say like he's putting it together. Like
Mhm.
the Westbrook Ascension, we were so close
Yeah.
to getting a perfect point guard. And
Hey, you know what's crazy? I think that we are seeing Curry get sold so hard by his roster that I sound crazy. If Curry had a good team around him, I promise you would still consider him closer to Luka. So I think he's still firmly better than Westbrook, but that's probably a conversation.
Yeah.
2016 CP3 versus Cade is so
Oh,
interesting.
CP3 smokes.
It's definitely CP3.
CP3
but
smokes.
It's interesting. Like I can even say that and not be looked at crazy.
Yeah. And honestly, these aren't in order either. These are just names.
Yeah.
So CP3, I would take him over Westbrook,
Yeah.
but I know it's debate for people.
but I do think that like the back three is probably like 2026 is kind of ranked about where you would have people. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm having Brunson over Cade, whatever. But those back three, I do think it's probably the same level of DeMar, Kyle,
Okay.
Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, so we'll say 2026 is the better guard talent because of depth. We give him that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bigs. In 2016, we had DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis before he made the real superstar leap, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, DeAndre Jordan, All-NBA, Andre Drummond, All-NBA,
Stop.
Horford,
No, no,
Millsap, Brook Lopez.
No.
Good God, man.
Today we have Jokic, Giannis, Wemby. We can stop there.
We got a slight 2014 and 2015 were really, really like the dead zone of the big man. 2016, you see it coming back a little bit, but even here, there's Boogie and then AD, who's a 4 at this time, Blake, who's a 4, LaMarcus, who's a 4, Al Horford. Like a lot of these guys are not bigs. They're not centers, which is what like people think of. And you go down the list. Obviously, there's Giannis, but like these a majority of these guys are centers. And they are just better. Like
I included both positions. Even with that, 2026 has so much more talent from the big man position. The positions evolved so much. The guys on the bottom of this list are so much more skilled than an Andre Drummond or a DeAndre Jordan. Like there was a huge evolution in the last 5 to 7 years of basketball, and this is the part that 2026 blows out of the water.
God damn.
Big men aren't just back; they define the league.
Like who's the biggest? Because DeAndre Jordan is a top 5 big in 2016.
That's so damning, bro.
Who's the closest one to play style?
I don't know, but
On
I have
26.
10 bigs on here, any or 8, any with
Durant,
Gobert.
maybe, but that's
or
such a swing.
Gobert.
Or Gobert.
Yeah, Gobert. I can name 4 more in 2026 that are better than Drummond. That I
Go.
didn't list.
Do it.
Let me pull up the teams real quick so I can look at him. Is Zubac better than Drummond? He's had an off year, but
I think I'd rather have like this version of Zubac than Drummond for sure.
I didn't put Cat. Again, having an off year, so maybe you don't want to put him on there. Joel Embiid's playing well again. Joel Embiid probably deserves to be back on this list. Obviously, that
I'm taking 2026 Joel Embiid over 2016 Andre Drummond.
Bam Adebayo isn't on this list.
Yeah,
Isaiah Hartenstein is better than DeAndre Jordan.
for sure. I can
Tough.
see that.
There's
can
so
see
many
that.
bigs I can name for Hartenstein. 2026 blows him out of the water.
Yeah.
Wings. We have peak LeBron, peak Durant, peak Kawhi, peak Paul George. 2016 is crazy.
Yeah, considering all the crazy peaks.
And
And then you
Considering-
have Jimmy Butler towards the bottom. Yeah,
Considering the
2016
best
sweeps.
3 in 2026 are the same 3 from 2016, just way worse.
Yeah.
The Wings slaughter from 2016. Now it sucks Jason Tatum's hurt, so he's not part of this. But man,
Even then,
I'd rather have Gordon Hayward was this the year he made his first All-Star team?
it's one of those years. It's something like that.
Yeah, I think this was the year. 'cause
He's on here because these are players that receive all NBA votes. So he received some votes.
Yeah, exactly. He sweeps Paolo, of course. I think he's probably a better player than Denny at that point. It could be up for debate. Melo,
we
who
have
knows?
Denny on this list. Like we're getting smoked.
Yeah,
Shout out Denny, great season. We have Hall of Famers up and down the 2016 list.
up and down. Yeah,
We have Paolo Banchero in 2026 who's having a terrible year.
Jalen Johnson should have been here, man. What the hell? Ugh. Even then, they would be losing.
Yeah, whatever. Either way.
He saw a list with prime LeBron, KD, Kawhi. He's like, where's Jalen Johnson?
Yeah. No, I saw Paulo. I'm like, why is he here?
Yeah, but he's got a power forward. I think
He's not doing anything.
I think Paolo's a big wing. He fit here more than he did bigs. So I put him on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
This 2016 season is one of the best wing seasons, I think, in NBA history. Like LeBron and KD alone make it in that conversation. MVP level Kawhi, young Paul George, even Jimmy Butler was ascending at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo was still around.
Yeah. DeRozan was doing DeRozan things as well, solidifying his like, yo, he can get a bucket.
Exactly,
Getting
getting buckets,
like 27 or whatever it
Getting
was.
belted by LeBron.
Yeah.
All-time wing season.
Yeah.
Dare I say the GOAT.
Insane gap.
Rookie class. These are the top 5 MVP. These are the top 5 rookie of the year finishers in 2016 and the top 5 in odds right now from 2026.
Okay, so obviously you just got to think about them as rookies.
Rookie Jokic.
Can't
Fun.
even think of him at all.
He was fun though as a rookie. He was like, oh, this
Mhm.
guy's passing. Okay, look at this chubby guy making a name.
Mhm.
Where'd he come from? Rookie Cat.
Special.
Rookie Porzingis.
Special.
Pretty special.
That was the time.
Special.
That was
Pretty
the time.
special. Rookie Jalil Okafor.
Kind of disappointing.
I mean,
He had a for a single year. He was getting buckets.
yeah, he was all rookie team. You
yeah,
know,
he was
like,
getting buckets a singular year.
for as a rookie, it was promising, and then it fell off after that.
Yeah, he's exactly like what everyone advertised him to be.
I think he averaged like 18 as a rookie. Like it was pretty. It didn't get you anywhere.
Yeah, but he was getting them post buckets for sure.
Now I will say we have a great class on the other side. Con Revelation, Flag future superstar, Edgecombe future all star, Queen solid, Coward solid.
I think I'm gonna go 2026 because I think Flag looks every piece as like advertised, and he looks like a guy that legitimately is
Yeah,
all-star
I think or
or like all NBA.
I think Flag and Con are having better rookie years than what Cat had.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
it's 2026.
I will say Cat was thought to be this next superstar. He was
Mhm.
supposed to be like the guy you want to build your team around for the decade, and he was living up to it as a rookie. And Porzingis bred so much life into New York basketball that it was a pretty cool moment.
he revived these guys because everyone thought he was ass, bro.
Yeah.
With all, like the insane.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
Tingus,
Who the fuck is
Pingus?
Tingus Pingus?
Yeah,
That was a sentiment.
Everyone
Stephen A.
thought
Smith
he
was
sucked.
mad on TV.
Yeah. Just I think it's 2026.
That was a crazy
Coward
night.
is super solid as well.
That was such a crazy night.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck is Tingus Pingus?
That was- yeah.
So we're in 2026 better class.
Most definitely.
Yes. 2026.
Now we got teams. In 2016, we had the 73-win Warriors, the 67-win Spurs, the Cavs, the Raptors, and the Thunder, all 55 plus. This year we got the Thunder trying to go back to back. And then
Yep.
Pistons, Spurs, Nuggets, Timberwolves as the top 5 teams right now in wins.
Outside of the Raptors, if every single one of these teams in 2016 was to play these teams in 2026, and excluding the Thunder too, it's a conversation. They get smoked.
Okay, the Thunder would be the Thunder and the Raptors on the other side. But yeah, Warriors, Spurs, and Cavs in 2016 all might be the championship Thunders.
Yeah, smoking them.
The Pistons being number 2 is rough in comparison.
That's such a huge drop.
It's pretty rough.
They have the Pistons have nothing for any
Shout
of
out
these
the
teams.
Pistons. Shout out the Pistons. Compared to the 67-win Spurs with MVP level Kawhi,
Yeah,
these 20, we're in kind of a weird year right now with not a lot of top end teams.
The
the East ain't holding it up, man, at all.
Yeah, the Pistons, like, listen, Jalen Duren, shout out to everything that you're doing. Ron Holland, shout out to y'all. What are you doing when LeBron and Kyrie walk through those games? Nothing.
2016 easily had better teams that defined NBA history than 2026.
Yeah.
They ain't never seen monsters like this, bro.
We're not getting a lot of wins for 2026 so far. Kind of getting belted by 2016.
Listen, man.
Nostalgia wins. It always does.
Vibes.
Oh man, listen.
Which decade had better vibes? Now, this can mean a lot of things. I don't know exactly how we quantify this. 2016, we had the sleeve jerseys. We had the 3-point evolution. LeBron versus Curry was at its peak. We were 17. 2026, we got the NBA Cup. That's around now. City jerseys. That's around now. Changes the aesthetic of the game. Nike jerseys. And now we're in the parity era. There's no super teams, no Titans battling it out. Anybody can win any given year. How does that affect the vibes?
The 2016 dunk contest was absolutely insane.
Oh, I forgot about that. That helps the
Yeah.
vibes a lot.
It's over with. It's over with. The All-Star game was entertaining too. It was Kobe's last All-Star game. You got super iconic pictures. I don't know how many iconic pictures we have from 2026 just yet either.
Pictures. Well, the big
It's
moments
over.
haven't happened yet, so that's hard to do.
It's over with, yeah.
We haven't seen what if we're going to get a blocked by James.
Yeah, I'm gonna give 2026 the nod though.
Mm-hmm.
Even as much as I hate the volume of city jerseys, I'm taking city jerseys over sleep jerseys all the time.
Easily, they get that vibe point.
Right, you have that.
I think parity era probably helps with the. So here's the thing: parity era is good for the league,
Is it?
but the superstar Titans battling it out every year was pretty good vibes. It was pretty cool.
And that's my point. That's my exact point when I push back on this parity stuff. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but then we get into a situation where we're halfway through the year, and you do still want some of the top end talent. Like you do still want to see like great teams and great basketball. And obviously, like we're getting that, but not to the level of here's a guy who can be a top 10 player all time on a all time team going up against potentially the greatest player of all time.
And the 3-point evolution stuff can't be under talked about. We were watching the start of a new era in the NBA, and it felt like that. Like watching the Warriors usher in this jump shot revolution. That helped the vibes a lot. It felt special that time, especially with the GOAT, LeBron being at his peak of his powers. The league felt special. The coverage around the league felt special. The attention was there. I don't know if we capture that right now.
For 60 years, people said jump shooting teams can't win a championship. And then the Warriors came through and blew all of that out the water.
Yeah, like the whole entire, what we thought, our conception of what wins in basketball was flipped on its head.
Yeah, there's no phenomenon like that happening in 2026 at all.
But the vibes of 26, it is crazy though because
Is it good right now?
Because like 2026, yes. The start of 2025, and once we get to the end of the 24-25 NBA year, and then once post media rights deal, the vibes are better.
NBC is fixing the vibes. NBC and Amazon is restoring the vibes.
The vibes are much better in the last 4 months than what they were in 2025.
You know what?
So I'll give them that.
That going into a playoff run with the new coverage we have, depending on how they market the games and hoping we get some good legendary matchups, the vibes could be brought back for forever now.
In 2016 the end of like the final peak of when everyone was still like super intrigued by like the first take stuff? Like when did that stuff super become annoying?
I didn't know this was at its peak though, because we were still having the GOAT debate in 2016. Like it was at its peak. We can't discount that in the vibes.
Skip Bayless was still on first take as well.
He was, or maybe he just left.
He just got to
Undisputed.
To
yeah,
okay.
which both shows were thriving at that time because we had Max Kellerman on first take at this time. But yeah, this was the peak of the GOAT debate where like it was alive and well. Everybody was talking about it in every school around the nation. Nowadays, I mean, you still do it, but everyone chose their side a decade ago.
Yeah, you have your people.
Everybody could be convinced still in 2016 when LeBron won the championship.
Yeah, 2016 was special, man. The Unks in 2016 are interesting. It was Vince Carter, Tim Duncan. They weren't off the fucking whim. The best Unks was Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, that generation before didn't quite carry over like this one did.
They didn't age.
Kobe's retiring.
That's the only thing they got.
2016 has vibes, I think. It's really not close.
Lil Uzi was in his prime too. Ooh, man. Who's in his prime now?
And then going into 2017, the vibes also got even crazier. Whenever KD left and Russ had his year.
Yeah.
If we count 2017 ultimate vibe year, I'll never forget the commercial of him dancing, hitting them folks in a really awkward way with Lil Uzi. Now I do what I want in the background.
No, the original
Russ was
video
going like this. He was like,
yeah.
I don't even know what he was doing. It wasn't like a normal hitting them folks. He was like putting his arms like a square like this.
Yeah.
He was like, now I do what I want.
I think there was a time where like a couple of days after KD left in July 2016, he was in the car and Russ recorded himself driving, singing the song as well. Now I do what I want. He had the entire franchise to himself.
Yep.
And he went on to win the MVP. 2017 smokes too, man.
They gotta call us so old. But y'all wasn't there.
Yeah.
Y'all wasn't in these.
And we were 16, not 30. Of course, of course we liked it.
Some of y'all were 8. Y'all don't know nothing.
Y'all weren't there.
So any more categories after vibes? Any more categories you can compare between the 2 years? I'm forgetting about.
Man, what else is there? I think that may be it.
NBA Twitter.
Undercooked, underdeveloped.
It was better in 2016.
Really in 2016.
2026 is too toxic now. Back then it was way funnier. Back then everybody trying to get jokes off and there wasn't. Well, I mean, now we're getting into a bigger discussion about Twitter being a dead platform because it prioritizes clickbait, prioritizes rage bait because you get paid by the view, and the Twitter algorithm promotes everything that gets interactions, so you do interaction bait. Back then, there was no idea of making money on Twitter. It was just getting jokes off, having fun. Now it's a toxic platform, and NBA Twitter is matched.
But I wasn't able to so easily call somebody a CDL driver in 2016.
I'm not right. The jokes are good in 2016.
They were. There's some good
Not
jokes
as
today.
good.
Like some of the jokes today are still all timers. And I do think with some of the media accompaniment it really just hammers the point home.
Some of the best jokes that they had in 2016, like for KD specifically, that's when I think around that time, that's when they first birthed the My Next Chapter thing, which is hilarious. It's a top 10 meme of all time.
There was great memes back then too. 2016, we've already entered meme prime in 2016. Here now.
But the nicknames were ass though. Back in 2016, they called KD Cupcake. What are we doing, man? That's not good. It's not funny.
Didn't Russ or something that was about Russ, right? Because like Russ didn't call him a cupcake, but maybe somebody called KD a cupcake to his face and he acknowledged it.
Yeah, I think Russ may have called him one.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like an indirect shot of of him saying something about a cupcake.
So I don't remember the exact idea, but that was based on Russ. So like it was kind of funny. But yeah, sounds like 2016 was a better NBA year. Sounds like we can't argue for 2026 very hard.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Damn.
Is what it is. Next thing we're gonna do.
Take me back.
We are gonna do a blind tier list of rookie of the years. Do you guys want to do this on rookie of the year seasons, how good they were as a rookie, or based on how good they became?
Let's do how good they were as a rookie. That's probably more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we are going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10 rookie of the year seasons pull up. We have to put them into a blind tier list. 1 in the top tier, 2 in the second tier, and so forth. First name up, Chris Paul, 2004. Great rookie of the year season. Became a great player. Where does it go?
Are we looking at that as a top 3 rookie of the year season, or is it just like
I think we
top
safely go
3 is-
tier 3.
I think tier 3 is fine.
Like we're gonna get a
I think
lot.
it's
I
kinda
assume we get
stats.
LeBron up here. Some other ones that were like some older players in back in the day that were older as rookies, so maybe they did more win now.
all right? Yeah,
He
we
averaged
go 3.
16 and 8 as a rookie, which back then is great numbers. 5 rebounds too.
He was great, but we did a few of these tier lists where we always put Chris Paul high, and it comes back to bite us. I think we finally have to not put Chris Paul too high.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that.
We've sold a few with Chris Paul specifically.
And I'm telling you, this is going to be the one time where it comes back to
Pau Gasol, as a rookie, I think he played his rookie year in Memphis, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was drafted
Before he got traded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, it's a rookie season. Like
It's one of the rookie seasons,
it's never thought about as one of.
Oh yeah,
like,
he played
the-
6 years
Dude.
in Memphis. I'm thinking about Mark, who got traded in draft night.
I didn't
Yeah,
know this. He averaged 18 and 9 as a rookie.
And
2
that's,
blocks.
and that's fine, but it's not like nobody ever talks about like, oh my goodness, like rookie Pau Gasol was crazy.
The
Like,
Memphis Grizzlies won 23 games, 18 and 9.
and that is why we're gonna put that on the fourth.
I wasn't around 2002. I'm not gonna lie to you. We can
I'm
go
not.
tier 4.
We're gonna put that on the fourth.
I
tier.
wasn't around 2002. I don't know. Shaq, there we go. Honestly, one of the best rookie seasons ever. Came out one of the best young players of all time.
Yeah.
We
You
we can put this at 1. I wouldn't feel upset.
Because it's like him or like Kareem, one of these other players that used to do 4 years in college.
Mhm.
He had one of the most dominant rookie seasons of all time, though. All-star in year 1.
Put him in there.
Who are you gonna feel worse about?
Can't.
I won't.
Like
I won't do it.
Dude, he averaged
23 and 14?
23 and 14.
Yeah,
he was
that's-
top 7 in MVP votes that year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best rookie of all time besides the
Yeah.
60s guys. Number 1, Derrick Rose.
That was good.
Also elite right away.
I'll put him. Should he be tier 3 or tier 2?
I'm a go tier 3, but also like that team and that era of Derrick Rose and him coming in and being like this new like archetype of point guard of like
Yeah.
this crazy athletic guy who can still run your team and
The
do all
vibes
that
are crazy.
stuff. Off of vibes alone,
And we get the storyline of him being in Chicago.
off the vibes alone, that's top 2.
It's probably not fair to CP though.
I guess in terms of quality player, he deserves to be by CP3. I think.
Yeah.
Assuming we're going to try to
Yes.
get like LeBron and Kareem for tier 2.
Yeah.
Tier 3.
But the vibes, man.
Paolo
Paolo.
Banchero.
4.
4.
That's a fine.
Easy.
It was a fine rookie season.
Very forgettable though.
Yep. Number 4.
It was
Mitch Richmond.
It was forgettable.
I don't know anything about Mitch Richmond's rookie season. I will not lie to you.
Wow, he must have went crazy to put him on this list. Okay.
He might not have been crazy either. Because I'm with you. I don't remember anything.
He averaged
about
22 points, 4 assists. He shot 47% from 2 and 36% from 3.
It's actually not bad.
Christ.
Sounds pretty good. Before my time. You want to go tier 3?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Mitch Richmond, I am
Hey.
not familiar.
Salute.
Chris Webber.
The interesting rookie season.
We only have tier 2 left. Do you want to save tier 2 for trying to get like LeBron
We
and
have
Kareem?
to.
Yes,
We
I
have
want to save it.
So we got to go tier 4, even though great young player. What does it say? Oh, Patrick Ewing.
Ewing.
I think we're safe.
We got to use these tier 2 spots at some point.
Put him up there.
Do you want to put Patrick Ewing and just hope that we get somebody that's very forgettable at the end for tier 4?
Yes.
Fuck it, why not?
At this point, it's not even about the player who comes up. It's about the strategy.
Yes.
Put Patrick Ewing.
And Patrick
at
Ewing
2.
was an all-star as a rookie, so we will
Yeah.
go tier 2.
Okay.
Blake Griffin.
Now,
This is different
Because he cheated.
he was a fake rookie.
Yes.
But he was an all-star his like rookie year, right? As well, correct?
I think he was.
He was out here.
Yes, he was an all-star.
Let's
And
put him
honestly,
in tier 2.
we only have 2 all-stars as a rookie, and they're top 2 right now.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin's got to go tier 2 then.
Yeah.
Once again, tactical.
He was top 10 in MVP.
If you get it,
as
if
well.
you get an all-star, and top 10 MVP, you get to be top 3.
Yep, that's fair. I think we won no matter what.
Last one, Vince Carter tier 4.
Damn.
Now, would I put Vince Carter higher? Probably. But, in terms of blind rankings, I don't feel too bad about this. The 3 all-stars are up top.
If I knew what was happening, then we wouldn't be making this video.
Was Vince Carter all-stars rookie? He was not.
No,
We
he
win.
wasn't.
Everything works out well. There we go.
I don't feel bad about that at all. I think we did good. I don't know if I would change
It's not
anything
terrible.
necessarily.
It's not ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly.
top 3, perfect. Honestly,
Maybe Chris Webber should have been above Derrick Rose.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair to say. Very fair.
Maybe. But, do I have the historical knowledge to really debate Chris Webber as a rookie versus Derrick Rose as a rookie? No, I do not.
We'll
So
be sitting
I
up here
feel fine
lying.
about this. Rookie, but that's one of the hardest things to have knowledge of because, obviously we're well versed on all the legends and learn what we need to know about all these guys.
Mhm.
But there's specific rookie seasons. You had to be there to know
Yeah.
about rookie seasons for the most part.
Mhm.
Aside the famous ones like Shaq that everybody learns about that 'cause it's iconic.
I'm surprised they didn't put no Magic up here.
Yeah, thank God he didn't put Magic up there.
That would have nuked us.
Magic was last. Thank God. Last thing we're gonna do today, last TikTok of the day. We're gonna play NBA King of the Hill Handles Edition. I'm gonna name 2 NBA players. You tell me who has the better handle. Mix of flashiness plus effectiveness, whatever it means to you. Whose handle is better? Who ranks higher all time on the handle scale?
Okay.
Steph Curry versus Chris Paul.
This is hard. 2 different type of handles.
Young Chris Paul could get downhill. His handle was extremely shifty.
Yeah. Steph Curry's handle is more like springy, and I feel like it's way more annoying though because he just runs all around the place with his handle.
And Chris Paul's size, he's so small, you might be liable to get your legs dribbled between.
I'd rather guard. You're dying regardless of the fact, but I'd rather guard. If I know someone's trying to do me up with all these handles, I think I'd rather guard Steph Curry than CP3 right now because
Steph
he
Curry-
would body you too.
Stop. Steph Curry has one of the most underrated handles in NBA history.
For sure.
Is it
And-
underrated? It's one of the GOATs. I feel like everyone knows that.
No,
they-
it tends to be underrated. I
They,
agree
they,
with that.
they still sleep. But I think the high end of his handles are great, but they're just his play style in general still comes with a lot of turnovers. Whereas Chris Paul can keep the ball on a string and is not losing the ball in the same
Yeah.
way as Steph Curry.
I think prime handle Steph Curry was throwing the ball away out of overzealous passing more than he was getting ripped.
But
Yeah.
even then, his handle, and it's a weird thing because he uses a lot of dribble moves, and I think that Chris Paul is more efficient with his handle.
100%.
Right? You're gonna have to get 3 combos from Steph Curry, even whenever he was young and quicker to get by somebody. How are we valuing that?
I think
Is-
I'd rather go
dude,
CP3.
Are we going
'cause
1-2, or are we going I have 3 moves and I'm about to do
I think
it?
we allow flashiness to equate somewhat into this, and I think they're both highly effective. So I think we can go towards
If
Steph.
we're doing
for
the
the sauce.
flashiness, Steph takes it away.
I think maybe when they're this close in effectiveness, the flashiness could be a little deciding factor. We can go Steph.
This is the hardest
All right.
conversation to have. This is a crazy king of the hill.
Steph Curry versus Trae Young.
Steph Curry.
Steph, yeah.
Trey's a great handle,
Trey has great
This-
handle.
but it's
We see Trey
Steph.
uses handle in so many more flashier ways, of course.
he used to have a better handle than he does today.
Yeah, I think along with the burst and quickness, and because it's not what it used to be,
Mhm.
and even all time conversation too, whatever, I'd rather go Steph.
Yep, it's Steph easily.
And man's
Steph,
27. We're talking about, it's not like it used to be.
hey man, injuries are a motherfucker.
It's tough.
Steph Curry versus Jamal Crawford. You want to talk about flashiness? Steph Curry gets beat the fuck up.
Dude,
But
yeah, it's-
effectiveness, maybe Steph Curry is low.
I don't know, but it feels sacrilegious to say that Jamal Crawford isn't going to be in the top 3 of this conversation.
I think I would rather go Jamal Crawford because there's specific moves that Jamal Crawford birthed that a lot of people do these days. And when it comes to Steph Curry, he doesn't have any brain breaking handle plays.
the slide that from 2K that everyone did where he goes behind
Oh,
the
the
back
Curry
and slides
slide.
back the other way. He did that in real life. And it
But
was fucking killer.
Jamal Crawford did that as well.
True.
He has a move in 2K
He
as
has the
well,
same
literally. Exactly. And I think I seen him do it first. So that's Steph Curry just does it in his
You
own
don't have
way.
a Steph Curry dribbler without Jamal Crawford. We'll go Jamal Crawford.
So I think Jamal Crawford deserves this for sure.
he does have the same move in 2K. And his is actually he jumped those are further. It's a little cooler.
Yeah.
Steph's just faster, so all the dribble heads use it. Or did. I'm talking about 2K 10 years ago.
Damn, wrong, man.
I know. I'm a super 2K unk. I'm so
Yeah.
2K washed.
Yeah.
Jamal Crawford versus Kemba Walker.
Killer Kemba. His step back was so deadly. He was incredibly hard.
Oh my God.
Incredibly hard. Talk about getting your defender off balance. I can't name too many.
It's
players
Jamal
harder.
Crawford, but it hurts to see Kemba go.
Because Kemba's peak is very like, hey, just come here. You know what's about to happen. Like, I'm going to get you with this crossover, and that's it. I do think that Jamal has a little bit more ranginess.
And Jamal did it
Yeah.
at like 6'4", 6'5". Maybe that makes it a little more impressive.
Yeah, I think I would go
Okay.
Jamal. His handle, like, man, his handle
he's-
aged with
he's-
wine too.
He's tall.
Yeah.
He's shiftier than Kemba.
He moves different. Kemba has good, like, high level moves. Jamal Murray, the way his body control is just different. He looks so
Yeah.
like
He
slingy
was
out here,
smooth as hell. That's what
Yeah.
it was. So I think I'll go Jamal.
and he's so
Jamal
lanky and
Crawford,
skinny that
yeah.
it just looks crazy.
Yeah.
Jamal Crawford versus Allen Iverson.
AI. Sorry.
Now we're having a GOAT debate right now.
Yeah. Sorry. I think I got it.
We all know the answer. I mean, shout out Jamal Crawford. It has to be
Yeah.
AI. If we get Jamal Crawford points for being the forefather, we have to give Allen Iverson forefather points.
I kind of want to go Jamal Crawford. here.
So we're saying the student be the master?
I think so. Because, yeah, man.
We have a top 10 highlight of all time. Like when you think about like NBA highlights, it's Allen Iverson is going to be there.
Yeah, because the
Because that's
crossover on
Super
Michael
crossover.
Jordan. But like, come on.
The
Jordan
Jamal
Poole can do that
Crawford-
these days.
the Jamal Crawford crossover or just dribble move where he's putting it behind his back and then jumping back to the other side,
Yeah.
shaking everybody out of the shoes. Like I think that,
But I feel like
I think he does have a better handle. I think AI is a better version
Yeah.
of Kemba, where like
Mhm.
his peak move is like, again,
Come
step
here.
up. You know what's about to happen. But if I roll out a ball and I say do as many dribble moves for the next 1 minute as possible,
Okay, that's
Jamal
tough.
Crawford is smoking him in that.
Yeah, but there's just a simple left to right, like that. He has the best left to right in
Also,
history. Damn it.
For his time, Allen Iverson's the GOAT. We
Yeah.
can say Jamal Crawford built on that and we can put him above.
Yeah. Also, Allen Iverson issued in this era of carrying the basketball, so we have to dock him.
Oh my God. Jamal
Lame.
Crawford versus Shea.
It's not real hoops.
Jamal. Shay's great all time.
Shea's handle's crazy. In terms of like not turning the ball over, tight handle that like makes him a star,
Mhm.
Shea's up there. But he can't, the creativity of Jamal. If he can beat
Yeah.
Allen Iverson, he can beat Shea.
Now, if we wanted to extend this conversation and talk about how much space he's able to get from how much separation he's able to get from his defender, Shea got it. But that's not the conversation right now.
Shea has an all-time handle. That's probably the most underrated part of Shea's game.
Yeah.
He has all-time ankles.
Oh,
For sure.
he has
Easily.
the GOAT ankles, like easily.
Yeah.
The ankle flexibility is crazy. Jamal Crawford versus James Harden. You want to talk about using your handle to be an all-time scorer?
James Harden is good.
The amount of ankles he's taken.
I feel like the combination though of
Scoring.
of handle and scoring prowess obviously gives James Harden a leg up. But again, if we're saying pure handle, I'm going Jamal Crawford here.
That's fair. It is Jamal Crawford.
Yeah. Because the foul
Okay.
baiting also
Yeah.
allowed people to play him in a way
All right.
where like he's able to do. No, I'm being for real. I'm being so for real.
No, I know. It was a gravity thing that made it harder to guard.
It's
You're right.
different.
Yeah.
Allen
I'm
Iverson.
crying,
My
man.
bad. Jamal Crawford versus Kyrie Irving.
This is where it stops. I think
Kyrie.
Kyrie has the best handle of all time.
Kyrie.
We reached the top of the hill. We reached the king of the hill. Of course, this list ends with Kyrie Irving. Who else could it end with?
Surprisingly, Jamal went on a run, man. I didn't think it was going to go this far. But well,
I don't
Can't be
I don't
upset
think
at
it's,
I thought you picked
surprising.
Allen Iverson over him, but I cannot be mad at Jamal Crawford making it to the finals.
He's like that. He's like that.
And that's the end of this episode. If you're still here, comment your favorite handles of all time. Who is your favorite player to watch handle wise? All time. Who is the most underrated handle to you that you enjoy watching?
me personally, Donovan Smoot. Y'all never seen him handle the rock like that. Ever. I see some things on the court.
You know,
Effectiveness in the dribble.
People still remember the Indiana moment with the missed shot.
Oh, that was tough. That was tough.
People still remember.
That was tough.
If they ever see you handle, they'll never forget.
Listen, man. I've been out the game for a minute.
People always ask us to do basketball videos. I'm like, you should have asked. Like, oh, they were asking from the jump. But like 3 years ago, maybe it could have happened. I haven't touched a basketball in forever.
I keep extending. I keep telling Mo and I keep extending the timeline. I'm getting my shoes. I'm getting
He
back.
keeps on hanging it up. I literally mad. Come on.
I'm
man.
getting my shoes back.
I will not say I'm getting my shoes back. I probably won't.
I'm getting
I don't know
my
if I'll
shoes
live for
back.
basketball ever again.
You guys, we're gonna get Isaac to play basketball. We're gonna get him to touch a rock. We're gonna
I
get
would
him to
need,
play
like-
a singular game of 21.
I would need like 6 months of prep time to get back in the swing of things.
6 months? What you trying to do? You trying
He's
to
training for the combine.
exactly 6 months is great. Just get you 2 weeks to shot you. You'll
No,
find your
realistically, I need a
rhythm.
month of like actually trying and like in the same way I go to the gym, going
Yeah.
to the basketball gym instead to like get a rhythm. Like I need to get a rhythm. I'm that out of season.
I think when it comes to
'Cause I wasn't even good to begin with, so I'm like mega not good now.
I think when it comes to all the shows out there like us, I think we'd be probably the best all around, considering defense, shooting ability. You
gotta consider age, too.
Age, you know what I'm saying? All that, I think we'd be the best.
Yeah, we're at peak of our prime physicality now.
Yeah.
We're not only got a couple years left of that. Once you start pushing 30,
we're the best. I don't care about the prime. We're the best no matter what. I'm talking about right now.
We're 26 right now. We got.
Not me.
Yeah.
I'm Bron out here. I'm gonna be playing Tom Ford.
You definitely got that.
I think I sprained my shoulder at the gym this week, and I was thinking, like, imagine if I play basketball right now.
You sprained it?
I think so. It's like when I go like this angle, this is my joint right here.
You can't put your hand.
I can, but it gets like weak and it kind of hurts.
Ah.
I was doing what do you call this, lateral raises,
Mhm.
and I think I just was doing it with like bad technique. My back was too straight, so I was like putting too much pressure on my shoulders.
How much were you lifting?
I think it was. I don't remember.
See, that'd be scaring me sometimes. Sometimes I don't like to lift too heavy because I just worry about injuries, and I'm just like, I'd rather just get my reps up.
I was doing lateral raises with maybe like a 35 on both arm, and then I did hammer curls after, and I think that I was going too heavy, so I put like more pressure on it, and like that back to back, I was like, oh shit.
I remember I went to the gym. Well, we all went to the gym, like Planet Fitness, probably in New York, and I did your upper body workout. I told myself I'm never working out with you because I'll just do straight jail workouts. I'd be on the dip machine, pull ups. Maybe I'll do a couple bench here and there. That's it, bro.
I had to do shoulder presses once, and you were like,
Yeah, fuck that.
you're gonna do my push ups.
Fuck it, though. But I've converted since then though.
Okay.
I'm more into lifting weights.
With that being said, that's the end of this episode. We will see you on Friday for the next episode. Actually, I think we're gonna see you on Thursday. I think I'm changing to Thursday. I kind of like when we did that with the Trae Young emergency episode.
Thursday's fun.
So I'll see you on Thursday to talk about one thing we got wrong about every single NBA team this season.
And we're out eaters. Please be a detective and find the John Morant clip.
Please find that clip.